Hey, 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 welcome! It is time for Wednesday Pirates. Very excited. I'm going to have some fun, get into some trouble if we haven't already off camera, but it is going to be fun. You can go ahead and support by help our pirates out by doing some of the inspiration up in chat. And we see that and we dole it out and we use it appropriately in order to give advantage when it is appropriate uh, to our people. Also, you can do a treasure boost here or there if you so desire. And if you haven't found out, there could be various things in there. As a yesterday, we had a Pixis of Pandemonium come up because of Treasure Boost, which was caused a lot of pandemonium amongst everybody because they held onto it for longer than a minute. Uh, so very fun. And what you're hearing right now is Critical Role. Welcome to Deladore. Links and such in the description so that you can buy and or download it. It is fun. So, all that being said, I think we can go on. So, Port Zune is unlike all the other coastal cities in the Menagerie Coast. From it, black smoke rises, and there is a layer of dust and grease and oil on just about everything. It is a manufacturing hub of production, utilizing flows from the ocean and rivers that flow into it in order to run mills that are powered. And if one would look below, we would see that there are other more powerful things that power much of the manufacturing here. But it is often referred to as doesn't even get counted among the seafaring villages of grandeur and prestige. The waters are murky and polluted to a degree, but people still live. People still do their things and figure it out and make their livings. We see the wild bloom. The saplings busily scrubbing off the grease and silt, as it's not the best thing for a living ship to be consuming. But it does have filtration and these types of things. But it is somewhat a more oppressive air than the seafaring ship and pirates are used to. But we do find our crew on the deck amidst what would be a brighter day if just the sheer clouds or smoke that perpetually cover the city weren't blocking out much of the sun today, leaving it just ambient and diffuse in sort of darker tones. And as on discussion from last time, just about what precise direction you wanted to take, there is a popping and snapping sound from behind you as you see the telltale effects of teleportation. And Jajal, who you didn't realize had left, has returned.
Oh, you're all here. Hi.
Where did you get off to?
So, funny story. Great news, by the way. What would you say if I informed you that we actually have some plausible allies in our fight against the planking? I'm trying to choose my words correctly. So I was there on a ship over there,
Over where, Dajal?
over on Darktow. It works, by the way.
It worked.
Continue.
What?
Oh,
What?
I can, well, at least on that, I was able to teleport there and make it back okay. Oddly enough, so there's another captain and a crew over there who's working with a certain individual whom we all are intimately familiar with. And long story short, okay, because I'm getting my stuff mixed up. Long story short, there are family members who are captured in danger, and we have a very similar goal of destroying the Plain King. And we may have unanimously voted Mal to be the next Plain King.
Unanimously, as in you and this other random crew.
More like I suggested it. Sorry, Mal.
They bought this shit, really?
Yeah.
I don't think he's sorry.
That's
I'm not.
amazing. Wait till they see me. Sorry, I'm serious now. I'm good. I'm good.
So the part that makes me uneasy is that the person they're working with is Akiri.
Wait, you went to visit your girlfriend and this happened?
We're not dating. That's not the
Okay.
point. That's not the
You
point.
survived.
This
That's a
isn't what's
pretty
important.
positive step.
Yes, that is the point. That's the good news.
Seeing as the last time we saw her, she was trying to kill us all. I guess that's
Again, like for the 6th time.
I guess that's a positive point in your conversation.
Yeah,
On
apparently,
on a spectrum from ice cold to you're on fire, you're moving like incrementally the right direction, aren't you?
I don't know anything about that.
I don't
But-
know that lighting her on fire again would benefit him.
Been done. Yeah, that's fair.
Flirting is weird. But apparently they're bored or something of being stationed at Darktow, which is kind of a punishment for having not killed us.
I mean, I don't
Like she
disagree.
could anyway, but so what do you all think of that?
I should stop being surprised, shouldn't I?
what makes you think that these are capable folk to be able to help us?
Well, their ship was actively on fire, so that's pretty cool, seeing as how we have a vibrant, lush plant ship. So, I mean, I feel like there's some kinship there.
Like burning or literally just on fire?
Like that was the aesthetic. Reminded me of Pyro. In fact, one of them knew Pyro, to an extent.
Like in the biblical sense, or what do you mean by that?
Like they crossed paths at some point.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you actually trust these people, or are you just like, hey, they're not terrible?
I mean, it's hard to say from the first time meeting them, but
Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna put our lives in their hands at some point, possibly. So, if you had a better feeling than lukewarm, I'd be more impressed? Question mark. So,
If they have family that they're also trying to get out,
Yep.
then that's a point in their favor.
And to be fair, they didn't kill Jajal, so
it's a good start.
that's
I
bode
returned with no wounds, no new wounds.
Did you return as they were attacking you? Did you guys like?
No. There was no combat at all. It was quite platonic. It was pleasant. It was fun. I
Platonic.
could feel the passion. Yeah.
That is
I
strange word choice, but
I feel like we started giving them good points, and then the fact that they didn't have a problem with Dajjal is maybe not a point in their favor.
they may have a bit
Hold on
too
a
much.
second.
They may
He
have a
doesn't
bit
smell
too
anymore.
much trust in Akiri if they just took Jajal showing up on their ship with no notice as a boon.
Which circles back to the Akiri question. All right, this might get personal, so no, it's gonna get personal. What is the deal with Akiri? What is the deal with you and Akiri at this point? Like, what is going on here?
I thought she could no longer contact you.
I don't know how any of that magic stuff works.
You popped into her space, and she's like, "Oh, hey, you."
From what I gather, there has been talk of that coup over there, and they thought of us. And I don't know the nature of it. I knew I was going to go over there to kind of check it out, and hopefully I was going to be able to come back and give you some good news.
Okay.
It's where I landed. It was quite convenient, actually. And, yeah.
So
Could it be a trap that Akiri is trying to set for us?
I didn't feel trap vibes.
I mean, yes, but in a good trap, you wouldn't feel trap vibes. If you felt trap vibes, it's inherently a bad trap.
To be fair, I don't know if Jajal, like, out of character, I don't know if Jajal would actually have remembered that Akiri was letting them know. I'm a little vague on that, like, because I wouldn't know what happened before I showed up, kind of thing.
Correct. You're fine.
Okay.
Chat's just being sassy. You're good.
But yes.
How
So-
dare you?
Okay, Tonk, that's fair. I would say any ally at this point is a good ally, considering how seemingly dangerous. And they have anti-wild bloom guns. That's ridiculous. She was the one who came up. Okay.
you gotta
Oh.
finish that sentence. You can't not finish that sentence. She was
So
the one
she's
that.
the one that designed the bolt.
She's the one who gave them the idea to design.
And so
them,
what-
yes.
And this isn't a trap.
What
somehow.
makes you trust her more? Knowing
don't.
that information.
I don't trust her, but I don't know what it is.
You
Actually,
can't keep your hand on the cookie jar, can you? The honey is too tempting, isn't it?
It's
Those are two different jars, Mal. You really need to stop confusing them.
Well, I'm
this
not.
feels more
it's
like a game
gonna-
at this point.
It's
Between
just
you and me,
stupid
or you and
to be
her?
True.
Oh, between her and I.
Take my eyes
Would it be
off
like
you.
cat and mouse? I don't know.
It's cat and bat at this point.
True.
Mm.
I feel it would be beneficial if we at least met or had a
Really?
conversation
I'm all
with the other
for
crew.
having others on the island already that could potentially feed us information. So that way we're prepared and not just showing up blind. But we do have other things that we need to discuss. We were planning to head to Bingles. Maybe she has more information. We can catch her up on everything that's gone on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, and your dad's still over there, by the way. Caldrum.
You saw him?
I didn't physically see him, no, but they spoke about him. He's
All
alive.
right. I'm going to ask the obvious question for Cal. What's his condition? Is he like hanging around drinking Mai Tais on the beach, or is he like in chains in a dungeon somewhere?
I would say probably split the difference there.
I'm having difficulty with that one.
That was a pretty vague.
They wouldn't take my father to just put him in chains. They're either having him work or they're not. They wouldn't have bothered moving him and my family. If they weren't going to put him to work, that'd be a waste of a craftsman. What exactly did you hear?
Oh, jeez. Yikes. I asked the question. After a few Long Islands, I don't remember the answer.
Do you need help?
Yes, please.
No worries. So the information that you got was that they had you mentioned the name of Caldrum's father to see if they knew about him, and the people you were talking to said, "Oh yeah," particularly the captain of the ship mentioned that their sister was apprenticing under them at a blacksmith there in Darktoe.
Thank you. And I repeat that back to the crew. Yeah. So that's good news, right?
If he's taken an apprentice, then he feels safe enough there that he's not worried too much about his life. Though I'm sure he can't be pleased at making weapons for them. Well, it's making the weapons, just not who they're being provided to.
Mm.
I say we continue on our previously established path and see what Bengals can tell us.
Yes. And,
You know-
but
go
it
ahead.
was good of you to find friends, at least, with the possibility of some.
Yeah, it's just nice knowing that we might not have to do this alone.
I still question your friends if they think I'm a good idea.
To be fair, that was primarily my idea.
Got it.
I
What
pushed the idea, and everyone kind of went with it.
Appreciate the vote of confidence very, very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Kiri doesn't want the job, or she seems like the bloodthirsty is the wrong term here. The climber type. She seems like the personality of someone who would want to control, perhaps.
If I could figure out what her goal is or what she wanted,
You'd
I
be
don't
in a
feel
different
like
place.
Yeah.
I don't know that her superiors would allow her to just relax on Darktoe.
That was another point that I was thinking of.
Now, Dajjal said that Akiri was there as punishment, so I'm guessing that us dealing with Darktoe somehow allows her to go back to her home, allows her to go do whatever it is she wants to do.
Some incentive, right?
So I don't think she wants Darktoe. I think she wants to not be on Darktoe anymore.
I think she wants Dajjal.
Nah.
You'd make for a nice snack, I suppose. Now that you smell better.
Thank you. You noticed.
I did actually, but not noticing that. That.
I'm trying
Yeah.
different soaps now that I can. You know, oddly enough, Caldrum, I feel like there's someone on the ship you would probably get really along with. I just get a weird vibe. It's nice. It was cool. I look forward to it.
I'll take your word on that.
All
Now
right.
get us to Bingles.
Yeah.
Assuming you have enough magic left in you to get us to Bingles.
Well, wouldn't that assume or imply we have to return tomorrow?
Mm,
It's 3 shots a day, right?
yeah.
You've already used 2. Okay, that's fine. I mean, the ship seems to be fine for now.
You have the seed if we need to get back today.
I suppose I do.
Group hug?
Simon, I have to say that cowl's looking good on you.
What was that?
You all didn't notice the whale cow that Simon adorned.
He does a spin.
I heard
Nice.
cow for a second. Cowl took me a second.
Yeah, so there's
There
just
we
a
go.
big weremaw over Simon's head.
Well, he's got the hood part down, so it's more just a cape at this point.
Yeah, I guess it's true. But there's a bunch of teeth. Like it's
Just
a
a
lot
ring of
like a
teeth.
whale head.
Yeah.
All right. So to Nicodranus is your attempt here.
Yep.
As close to Bingle's place as we can get.
Do you remember? Do you have a piece of Nicodranus with you?
Sure does. Let me just check my inventory for official verification there.
Just gonna go through his rock collection real quick.
Yeah.
Basically.
Rocks
what I've
and
been doing.
flowers. Rocks and flowers.
Yeah, rocks and I was like, wait a second.
I have
It's
the
just
right-
to all label them to know what.
Prob-
Yeah.
I don't
been
think
trying.
y'all would.
Or does Tonk make sure they get labeled?
That sounds believable. Like I'm
I
sure
made a
Tom-
box. It has
Yeah,
labels.
I was picturing a bunch of like little vial jars with the rocks in them.
Man, I should tell you about the time I found the stick figures drawn on our charts. It was so weird.
I put jive berries in all capitals, so I made sure to do that. I do. I have the bright green feather too from Nicodranus. Hopefully
Okay.
that'll help.
You got some stuff from Nicodranus. Perfectly.
Yes.
Then that's 100% success. All right.
Roll for impact fatality.
Yeah. Every roll gets you there, basically, I believe. And
Sorry.
that's all right. So you grab hands to the big group hug that is necessary for the teleport spell to work.
Simon squeezes extra hard. Don't let
Hey,
him
hey.
cracking and
Like,
popping.
and in
Don't get
that,
grabby.
you feel pulls right at the pit of your stomach as you feel the world move around you. And in a flash, there is purple, white, and blue light as it swirls, and then whoosh, there's a little push as you are in the streets. A nearby horse kind of rears up as you are like right in the streets of Nicodranus, where there was just this whole some people go ah and almost run into you. And you get the feeling from the crowd you look at, like there was just like just a lull of people, and you just happened to go like you found the place where there was a lull of people, but that was rapidly being filled in. And you're like, "Grr!" As it's just a busy midday at Nicodranus. People are going back and forth, getting all of what they need to get done. From the last time you were here, it feels much busier. Almost like a revived economy from when you were here last. You immediately notice that the large walls that blocked view of the refugee area have become lowered a lot. There's still barriers to prevent easy going in, but there's no longer like they're trying to ignore it's there. You can clearly see what's happening as though some stuff has changed since you were last here. But it's a good... In this crowd, you almost are immediately pushed and start walking, but you're able to turn a little bit and probably a good 10 minutes just having to like make your way through the flows of essential traffic of people to Bingles, if that's what you wish to do.
Just
Simon holds on for like the first 30 seconds very tightly still after they pop in. There's a lot of people and they're very close together.
They're brushing against you. They're brushing against you if you're just standing there. They're like not purposely trying to hit you, but just naturally bags hit you in the back of the head. Like it's just sort of insane.
Before I at least go to Binks, I want to just like pop my head into that orphanage that Finn and I stopped by and dropped off some cash. Well, he dropped literally just tons of cash there.
Was it a lot?
Yeah, you gave him a lot of gold.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay. So first you head over to the orphanage, and it is built up better, and interesting enough, it's empty. There's no kids there. And you see one of a white dragonborn there, woman in a platinum dragon cloak, just with a mop, just kind of cleaning up the floor, rubbing stuff down, cleaning. You see the common room is the first room you come to. Seems to be washing.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Oh.
It's,
She kind of gets startled for a second. Oh, it's you. looks at you and Jajal, and she kind of doesn't bow, but nods her head in respect.
Simon also probably would have come to this.
It's just been maybe over a month or so, but it looks pretty nice in here. And there's not many here today.
Oh no, the days they're empty nowadays.
Hold on. Thola, you said it's only been a month. It's been like 6 months since we've been in Nicodranas.
Yeah.
It's been over some months, okay. All right. I we haven't celebrated any birthdays, so sometimes, time escapes me. All right.
We got to do one big one.
I know, right? We should. So, you say it's empty, like the kids, they have much to do, or are they becoming adopted more often?
Well, there was a surge in adoption a little bit ago, but that is not why it is empty. They have things to do. For the longest time, no one would hire refugees, and there was movements against any refugee employment, and that has changed quite drastically.
It seems like the city is doing better because of it.
Yeah, it's once some dark. There was some underground employment, you could say, that we were attempting to help with, and that person was arrested and imprisoned. But because of that, apparently they had some really good friends who came in, and it was rooted out a ton of corruption. And now the city was indebted to them, and they made a big deal of giving opportunity for us to accept many of the refugees and grow as the city.
Well, that is good to hear.
So we work with them now. Once they get older, we were keeping them till they were very old, but now around 13, we partner with this a house they can stay at while they get to jobs. And some of the younger ones here are actually in the actual schools here, using your money to get them tuition. They weren't accepted before, so between that and when they're old enough to go to the apprenticed house, they have a future.
That is very good to hear. Look at that, Jajal. You have planted a great seed.
That's amazing.
Oh, yes, because of you, we can take care of the young ones, and the older ones get taken care of somewhere else. And we've been able to be wise and keep a lot of your donation to keep it moving. And she starts crying, and she opens up her arms in a wide arc. She says, "May I?"
I'll give her a hug.
Hell yeah.
I was about to say, Simon's gonna run in there and give her a hug.
And there's this wet, and she's very much sobbing.
Simon squeezes. Maybe lifts up a little bit.
Oh my!
Our pleasure.
Careful of the teeth, Simon.
But we just wanted to stop by. And we appreciate your time. It was good catching up.
Of course. I'm sure you're very busy.
Well, I will turn around and be pretty happy with herself and the things that they were able to do, and seeing that the city is heading to a positive direction definitely brings a smile to Thola's face, and she will leave.
I pull something off my belt, and I hand it to her. I'm like, "Hey, can you hold this bag? Unfortunately, this is all I brought with me, but just add it to the rest, please." And I only brought 100 gold with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and deposit that.
They're gonna fucking name the place after you.
Only
I said this
Wait,
last
wait.
time when you gave like 200 gold or something.
Yeah. Well, I only brought 100 this time, unfortunately. But
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
awesome.
Runs to get it secured.
And away we go.
All right. Anything else before you end up in Mingles?
While we're walking, Simon's gonna walk up next to Mal and kind of just loud enough for him to hear. I didn't want to interrupt earlier, but what's a birthday?
A birthday. Okay, so for most people, somebody celebrates the day you are born, and then every year on that same day they celebrate it again. Sometimes it's cake, and sometimes it's presents, and sometimes it's sleep for dinner. But generally, people like get behind this idea of celebrating the day you were born. And if you don't know what day you were born, here's the fun part: you can kind of pick one and lie about it, and they'll totally do the same thing.
Hmm.
Do
Okay.
you want to pick a birthday? Think about it. Take some time. Think about it. We have
Okay.
plenty of time. Yeah, 364 more days to go.
Okay. Thank you.
But of course,
Usually it's a day important to you that you pick, not just any random day.
it could be any random day. Let's not make unnecessary rules.
Well,
All right. And as a note, we do have 3 inspirations I see in chat. So from Misbehave, so please
Thank you.
make use. So, all right. As you have that day, you have this conversation as you come up upon the now easily recognizable, because you know where to stand and look, large mirrored building. Simon, it takes you a moment to perceive it, as it seems to be angled perfectly so that it looks like there's nothing there, until you just, as you kind of get exactly where your friends are looking, you start to see the outline of a building. There is it seems as you look through the door that it's dark inside, that there's no light out.
I'll still go up and try the door.
Try the door. As you grasp it, you see your full name appear on the door frame, and then you hear as the door unlocks.
All right, I'll open the door. Like, when you say my full name, do you mean like all 8 names?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
not my government.
So basically a paragraph.
And you come in. The shelves here are barren. You see the automatons, but they all have no power. They're not working. The only sense of life or movement is a very dull gray glow around the central pillar of clockwork that still moves, though very slowly. The mirrors in the ceiling still do have a rotation that seems to go with the pillar, and they still end up shifting occasionally. But on that, it's very quiet, and the light is very dim coming from this None of the outside light seems to penetrate into the shop.
Bingles, are you in? I'm not expecting a response necessarily, but I don't want to just start walking around without, announcing myself.
Yeah. Take a few moments as you work around and you hear the unlocking of a door, and in one of the walls, the wall kind of shifts to a door as it opens as the familiar form. And again, Simon, you see for the first time this this woman in a somewhat loose-fitting green mechanic suit, all grease, and today she's got a few cuts on her face, in addition to the usual burns and things. Some actual like chemical type burns on her neck, what she may have been working on. But she does come through and goes, "Oh, decided to visit me."
So as I see her, thank Melora. It had me worried for a moment. Is everything all right?
No, after the last time you were here, absolutely not. Is everything all right? But let's just say it had become necessary for me to. I need to be careful. This place is still relatively safe, but I can't be public. Things are moving and moving quickly.
If
Yeah.
that is our fault, I certainly apologize.
It's not your fault. You were simply what was eventually always going to happen.
So, what Zola does is, I'm guessing that Bingle is, she likes time and keeps track of time. So I'm gonna go over and like to a calendar and show Simon like the days and months of the year, and the different, holidays. And I'm like, well, so this is this day, and things like that. And you could just pick any of them.
What day did you find me?
What was it? Somewhere in the summertime? Well, Matt, probably.
I don't know what season we're in.
I don't know what season we're in either.
It
Well,
would have been about 3 months ago,
Yeah.
whenever that is.
Yes, the 75th of February.
It would be Fesseruin, okay?
Yes.
That's when the fall is.
Let me give you the distance pixel. Oh my goodness.
we
Lamar
don't
Lefebvre's
actually
about
need-
to have a date. This is amazing. I thought
We
only
don't
Saturday had
actually
time and hours.
I just want to give we haven't celebrated anyone's birthday, and it'd be nice to celebrate Simon's
Yeah, we're gonna
half
go with Dulahay.
Dule. Okay, that's in spring. Bet.
Okay.
Is there a day number associated with that?
That's the third month.
Yeah, there's 30
Yeah, but I
days
mean-
in Dulahay.
There's 30 days? Okay.
30 days, yes. There's 30 days.
Yeah, it's not one of those weird 28 or 32 day ones.
Right.
Just 30.
I can't make a song for this right this second. It's too many varied days.
It's very interesting. We actually never talked about our born dates. But, when you're so busy saving the world, it's like every day is a holiday.
Does that mean every day we can have cake?
Oh, you
I
can
mean-
take whenever you
At this phase, I feel like yes is a fine answer if you really want cake.
I want cake.
Remember that small pile of gold we have in the hold? That's a lot of cake.
That's cake? I thought it was
No,
metal.
it can become cake. You can trade the. It's cake worthy. I'll put it that way. In fact, we'll call it your cake day.
I could teach you how to even bake your own cake. So you can have cake whenever you want.
I could eat cake all the time.
All right. Anyway, so cake is great. I've been waiting for you, so and kept this open because I figured you would be coming. How can I help?
What did we come here for?
Did you want the synopsis of the adventure that we completed? Or just the talking? I guess the talking points or detail?
Just looks almost confused at Caljum and what he's even asking. Like looks to Tom, kind of like, really? Like,
First of all, is there anything we can do to assist with the trouble that was caused?
I may have something that I could ask at another time. There's much in the works. But right now, no. However, I would say if you plan on going north, I know you came from there. Just, if you wouldn't mind dropping me a line.
If we head to the north?
Yes.
Our current destination is Dark Toe.
Indeed. I heard about your meeting in Port Soon.
How?
Have you looked at the place? Are you really surprised?
But Port Zune is full of spies and sneaky people? No, not at all.
I mean, it is a center of industry. I have many interests there.
I just start pointing out all of the metal and the gears
No,
and the cogs.
Yeah.
Like,
I see your dots connecting.
Mal, this isn't even a magic thing. This is just.
But that was like yesterday. Literally yesterday.
yes, magic was used to tell me.
And Jajal was in Dark Toe 30 minutes ago.
It's good. So, what do you precisely plan to do with Dark Toe?
I don't know what
Chocolate
the end
scrap.
result is, but the short term is the Plank King needs to be dethroned. He's becoming far too much of a problem for us and the rest of the world. The vampires are helping him too much with his fleet.
Indeed.
They've taken my father and my family. And Jajal had a meeting with Akiri, of all people, and found another ship that also has family in danger.
Apparently, they're working on airships with his father's cannons. This doesn't sound like it's good for anyone.
Nope. Indeed not. So, and again, Tonk, you notice the most of everyone, but you all do notice the Spingle's super contemplative and just very not the super like whatever the world doesn't matter that you were used to. But it goes anyway. Okay. I'll not mince words. I have at least equally important things I am taking care of. But I after everything you did, you helped defend this place when you didn't have to. How can I help?
Do you have any insight into what we can expect on Dark Toe, or what's changed? What technologies have shown up recently that are unexpected? We're looking for every cat in the bag, so to speak.
And her eyes get watery. She grasps the side of a counter tightly. The last I heard was all plans of things were raided and given to the Plank King, and projects were redistributed. And what I can tell you is I believe you were able to have experience with the ship I made. They were able to capture the ship.
So they have Ismora.
I don't know. Ismora, I believe, had left the ship. I do not think they have her. I believe they have my ship. And I had several people. I trained a few people on Dark Toe and just to tell me what was going on. It was always good to know what the business was there. Nothing too crazy, but apparently somehow they found them out, and they weren't willing to allow any mixed loyalties, and they were put into several pieces. A piece of each one was sent to me.
They have something that allows them to monitor magical communication and turn it audible for all ears.
I figured it would have to be something. There was a group of people who were approached by the Plank King not too long ago. Here, in the Quadranis. He came here himself. I know that they marginally accepted his work, but they are good people and are not aware of everything that is going on. I believe if you were looking for people power, they would be ones to talk to.
All right.
Other than that, Mallory.
Damn it.
She rustles in her pockets and she produces a potted plant.
We already have those. What's this one?
This one is for you. I have to say, I began before you left the last time. I might have scanned your ship, and I was conducting a few experiments on things, and I realized that however you developed it, if you're at the helm, there's hardly anything you can do. Like, you can steer the ship, right?
Right.
Okay, so I have this for you. I have a few problems. Problem one, I don't have access to your ship, so I can't 100% guarantee what it's going to do. But I know how to do something. It'll grow, and I also am pretty sure that it will take about a week to recharge once it does it. But it should shoot something at whatever you want it to. So you just take it, throw it down on the deck before you, and I've been working on it with a lot of crossbreeds, actually. But this should do something once empowered by the wild bloom.
You're saying I throw a potted plant onto the deck, and it magically becomes a weapon.
Well, it grows into something that is weapon. Yeah, yes.
Is
I
there
guess,
a-
sir.
For how
Magically
long,
is really
or-
hard. Do you know how hard it is to make something that would integrate with another? Fine, magic, yes.
I am an
magic.
absolute idiot when it comes. Never mind. You already know.
It's true. I tried to say it was okay.
It's good effort. I like the effort. Cass will explain it to me later
I attempted, yes.
in small words.
Effectively, this will allow you to use this as a bonus action while you can still use your action to steal the ship. But it is an action to throw the plant down. But then once the plant is activated, it can bonus action do something.
Does the plant just stay there from then on, or is this like a one-time use thing?
No, it'll
Then grow into the deck or whatnot?
it should revert to this form. You need a new pot.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Which I only have the one.
See, I'm
All the
picturing
things
the
we-
little like pea shooter thing from Plants and Zombies.
I was going more like Little Shop of Horrors on this one personally.
Ceramic does seem like a substance that you would not find much use for here.
But anyway, are you interested in this group?
And
Yes.
they're
Any
working for-
allies are certainly needed.
Plank King currently.
They were offered a job. Again, you were working for the Plank King. And it is that Plank King, I believe, that they think they are working with, not the one that we know he is now.
So they should be fairly easily persuaded, is what you're saying.
I believe so.
Once we can show them some proof of who he is now.
They're actually really trusting people. You might just have to talk to them. I don't know.
Is that a good thing? Because
Where can we, or how can we get in touch with them?
So, I would says this time of day they are usually found at they sort of semi-own a coffee shop. It's called Wizards of the Roast.
Nice.
Why do I feel like Pyro would frequent that establishment?
But you can find them there. And I will just, as an aside, they did me a lot of favors, and I built them you could say a 2.0 version of the ship. And I believe they also own a warship themselves, so they might be worthy.
That's a lot of crew to manage.
I recall her previous ship required 2 at most, so maybe not.
And if it's
While
2.0,
while this conversation is happening, I want to look around, just feel my surroundings for the paths between planes, so that if I tried to come here, if I was coming back to Exandria, that like I'd have a signpost here, right? I would know what this place looked like. I would know how to get here. And you talked about the feeling of the paths between worlds.
Yeah.
Right, I want to get familiar with this particular spot in the road.
100%. Yeah, go ahead and give me a wisdom check, I believe.
Gotta be wisdom, I suppose.
Really?
I mean, if it was an int check, it'd be a lot better.
Oh, is it 35 or 45 this time?
I mean, not with my wisdom.
Tonk knows knows how to make the explosives. He doesn't always necessarily know when the best time to use them is.
Okay. So I rolled a 19, and I'm going to flash of genius myself up to a 24.
Yeah. There is planar interference here, and you feel it's being generated by that central pillar. But you are able to mark this place, though it's a little. You have to actually concentrate harder than you thought you'd have to. And you sense as though something is set up as like an alarm system should you plane walk here, probably by Mingles.
Right. And even if I don't want to come through exactly here, I could get close to here because I've right.
Yeah, exactly. It would get you somewhere near here, but it's unusual because you haven't seen this type of thing. Like just that this is relatively new, and it indicates that this person. It's not entirely surprising because you do know Bingles, but that she's had to have some amount of knowledge as to what this is.
All right.
But yeah, all right, you can mark that. And is there anything else you want to talk to Bingles about?
All right, Bingo. So just for the slow kids in the back of the class, if they have your ship, they have the disappearing invisibility technology. They may be able to make steam-powered ship type thingy-majiggies and metal ships. Anything else to be afraid of? Like anything else on that ship that they may have figured out along the way that we're up against?
I mean,
tell me there's like a secret compartment with a dragon in it or something.
So the biggest issue, I would say, is its magnification of magical power for the whole ship. That's its boarding capabilities are probably the most dangerous.
Boarding, as in getting crews over to ships to be attacked?
Yes. Depending who they have. The ship itself is useful to anyone, but it's really who they put in the inner compartments that will make it more deadly.
So if we were going to, say, for example, not destroy but take over the ship, we want to get into the inner compartment relatively quickly and rip out whoever's in there and put our own small mechanical type person maybe in the same spot.
Yes, you'd want to take care of whoever essentially helms the ship, but the helm is inside.
Like a central nervous system thing.
Essentially,
Oh, what?
The thing that connects all the things. Is that better?
Yes, it will be in the belly of the ship. And yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest issue, assuming they haven't been able to figure out my tech and begin to add on to it.
Okay.
If there's sort of a lull at that point, I'll turn to Bingles and ask, you put my name on the door and allowed me entry. Can you put my name on that as I point to the pillar?
Do you want a mint on your pillow?
You're not. You don't know what you ask, but no.
I don't know. I'm new at this.
You're not sure what that is. It's. Believe me, you don't want anything to do with that.
I don't want anything to do with that pillar, or I don't want to deal with any of what that pillar is guarding from. I have found the paths,
Yes,
but I don't know what's on the other side of them.
You don't. The pillar. She kind of go. And yeah, she's trying to say something politely. Don't worry about the pillar. That's my business. It is what it is.
I'll pull Convergence off my back and say, you once offered to help me craft a weapon of great power, so I feel it is only right that I allow you to at least examine this once. And I hold out Convergence World Forged long rifle in front of myself for her to examine.
She looks at it and she's like, ooh. And almost
I think I'll hold on to the crystal in case we do come across energies, and then perhaps you and I can make something else in the future.
she grabs it and she almost like there's this instinctual where she wants to totally put herself into it, and then you see her knuckles turn white as she grasps it and then breathes. I'm sure it is wonderful, Calcho. I need to stay focused on certain things.
I take it back and I sling it over my shoulder again.
Maybe should things progress well, if there's nothing else,
Is there nothing else? You seem like you need something, or maybe want to ask something. I don't know. I'm terrible at this whole thing. Talk to Cash. She's
like I said, I'll reach out another time. If that's okay. There's just a few things I need to be sure of yet, and if you end up going north, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of, again, sort of pauses for a second and breathes. She goes, just know. Besides, again, she keeps starting and stopping. She goes, anyway, there's things I need to get back to.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I insight check her?
Certainly.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I guess what I'm looking for is to see how pressing the thing is that she's hiding from us. Is like what I'm looking for, like, because it's not a truth detector, obviously.
Correct. I would say what ultimately you feel about her in this moment is that there is this movement from someone who just did whatever the passion struck them to someone who has been forced into taking priorities and has to hyper focus there, and is as questions are asked, almost like everything in her wants to rush off to Darkto with you all and figure out what's there, get her stuff back, or these things. But there would be other things would go away, and she has to prioritize those. And her pausing is someone who just like, this is so new that it's almost painful to resist all these urges.
Gotcha.
To do so.
Wizards of the Roast, you said.
Yes. They earned it.
We'll have to get that story from them then.
Right.
Oh, I do have one final question. Before we go, and I pull out the schematics for the gun that Tonk and Thola and I worked on. Mm-hmm. Do you have any thoughts on this? that you can quickly just. I think Tonk and I did well, but I don't know if there's any particular materials I need, and I've got some gem dust to make the tubing, some Remoraz carapace to help with the fire resistance. Or if you have just some materials I can give you gold for, so that way on our trip over there I can forge this.
She looks at it real quickly. Let me see. And I don't have anything here anymore, as you can see. But that should be positive, not negative in your calculations, though.
Oh.
And she starts making notes, and based on her roll, you can have advantage on crafting.
Sweet.
She just makes a quick doodles, like that'll work. And think about how you're going to grease the apparatus to keep it limber and lubricated. Might need to find something for that.
Thank you. Shall we go find these potential allies?
Yeah.
We might as well do what we can and quickly.
Bengals, thanks again for your time and everything. And like, it's been another great help. If you decide you need anything or want a favor called in, just let us know. Not that you can't handle it, but it's always good to have friends, right?
It is indeed. And you are that. And
Sorry again about your apprentices. I know Tholuk at least has had a similar experience recently there.
she looks at Thola. Who?
Sorry. I heard it like cut out. I think I missed before the Dola part.
Caldrum hinted that you had recently lost people. And
Darktoe.
Oh, it wasn't really
Okay.
recently. Remember, it's been 6 months since we've been here. But my mother and my friend were both killed there.
Well, maybe you'll be able to avenge everybody.
That is one way of looking at it. Just want to set everything right.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. Again, kind of gets lost a little bit. And then remind me who currently has the compass.
That would be me.
Jajal.
The face says it all.
As she will look at Jajal briefly and just kind of really look you up and down a little bit in like a investigative way. And interesting. I guess we'll see.
I mean, I know it looked good, but
Oh,
I laughed at my own joke.
no. Fur and ill. Sorry, no offense. Just not my taste. Literally.
I'm actually on the hunt
Hairballs,
for
it's
new
really bad.
for new colognes. I've been into scents now lately.
Good for you.
But
I think at this point she's like, quite seriously, she starts walking to her door. She looks back like, I was like, is there anything serious you have to ask me? No?
I lead the way out.
Good.
Yep.
I'll be the last one out the door, and just not even enough to really stop her from walking, but just a quick be as well as you can be. I know you've got this. Call if you need. And I'll just walk out the door. Not even wait for a response,
Yeah.
but just walk out the door.
You got it. And good to go. And where would we like to go?
All right, Simon. So this thing called
Wizards
coffee.
of the Roast, I think is where we're going.
Yeah. Just verifying.
Is it by the coast?
I mean,
It's
the
actually
city
more up.
is.
It's yeah. It's up a bit into the city, and you find this very busy coffee shop. Big sign that has been crafted. Wizards of the Roast, with very creative glitter on it.
cute.
And as you walk in, it's fairly busy. There are some open tables, and there's as you walk in here, you see in the ceiling are a series of glass tubes, and all these glass tubes lead to tables, and they lead to the bar in the back. And it seems that you see people kind of like call out and ask for different types of coffee and drinks, and they pour, and the coffee shoots through these tubes through the ceiling and out to the table as it fills over, using different pour over techniques and different things. It's quite like this unique place. And Tank, you clearly see three individuals in a corner listening to sending stones, who then kind of put them down, look, and laugh as like this immediate recognition of all of you coming in. And they grab some tables and some chairs and just kind of motion you there.
I'm guessing Bingles tipped him off that we were coming.
Surprises, come on.
Well, we came to have a conversation.
And the jig is apparently up.
We don't know what they looked like. This was probably beneficial. I start heading towards them if they looked at us.
Yeah, they did. They're just waiting there.
Yeah.
All right, and then if y'all could please describe what they're looking at.
Right.
Well,
Way too many pieces.
boys, who wants to go first?
Boys.
Who would like to go first out of the three of us?
I'll start. One of the chairs is relatively early 20s, half work with red skin. His hair is tied up back, and he just looks kind of sickly. He's got some black veins going just up his neck and across his arms. Little pustules and like some scabs from like burns and just like growths all over him. And what he's wearing is this kind of cloak that's made up of different vermin pelts. So it'd be like some rats and some other things that are underground, as well, like some insects weaved into like some of the ropes and everything. He has this one staff that's kind of just like glowing, just dark blue. It's made of this like kind of like obsidian glass kind of thing. And he's just laying back, looking at you guys. It's just like, good, you guys are here. Be my friends.
Immediately to his side, you see a rather good-looking half-elf. Not the palest skin you've seen, but on the paler side. He's wearing at the current moment, a nice button-down white shirt beneath a red vest, kind of like how you'd see like I think Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh, just like nicer. And he's got two different colored eyes. One's his left eye is a nice purple. The other is a green. And he's just leaning back, still drinking his coffee. And I'm going to say, Tonk, you hear in your head, yep, nice to meet you.
So to the other side of Azop, you'll see about a 6 foot tall half elf, tan skin, muscular, several scars. You can tell he's really, he's been through some battles. He's dressed in kind of lightweight garments. They're kind of baggy. He's got a oversized two-handed great sword on his back. It's dark in color. He's kind of got a cropped haircut. It's very, very short. And he just says, welcome.
So, take it you're the ones who Bingles sent over?
We might be.
I turned to Mal and just out loud told ya.
Every fucking time. Could you be wrong once, please, just for my entertainment? Come on.
Wait, was there a bet that someone lost here?
No.
Usually.
When we saw you dragging out the chairs, he was wondering how you knew, and I said, the Bingles probably called ahead.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't tell us a lot, so let's get to it. Wait.
So, Bingles said that y'all at least have some connection with the Plank King of Darktoe.
Well, I mean, I was at a meeting on behalf of this party taking a job that'll take us to Darktoe.
It was more of the lines of
talking to whatever lies in the bay, the cove that guards the island.
You want us to kill a dragon turtle.
Talk to a dragon turtle. He just said talk.
Did he?
He just said talk.
I guess.
If need arose, then kill.
I mean, both are viable options. There's no argument there.
Right.
That turtle has been there for many, many, many years.
A couple hundred.
Yes.
To make full introductions, we Mal here is the captain, and we are the crew of the Wild Bloom, formerly members of the Revelry.
Oh.
Formerly fully chartered and with all the rights that go with that. So we were the Revelry.
The point where they put the bounty on all of us, I would definitely say were.
The personal assassins going after family members was a line, but but you.
Oh, okay, I've been there.
Yeah.
Not there, but there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So to bring you up to speed on what's going on at Darktoe, the Plank King, who is the monarch of the Revelry there at Darktoe, has made alliances with vampires in order to control power. They've increased their rating in the area. They've turned all trading routes have to follow the coast because any trip out into deep water runs the risk of being assaulted by upgraded ships that are a result of his alliance with the vampires.
vampire pirates. Is vampire pirates the thing?
We call them vampires at this point. Yeah.
I knew. Yep, it just fits so well together.
Aren't they also from space?
Yes, they're alien
At this point,
vampires.
Mars spits out his coffee.
Just a small detail.
They're alien vampirates. Yes.
And as to their ships being upgraded, they've kidnapped my father and are forcing him to make weaponry for the ships there.
They, for the past centuries, have been actually living on Redis. We're inside, but I point up to the sky. Right, Redis is one of the 2 moons. They've been living on Redis until they decided that they were tired of the governing body and decided they wanted to rebel. So they came here with some of their magics, and they want to take control here. They view themselves as superior. They've already used their magic to create an island out in the sea that is just them and is constantly dark. And they're using the Plank King to solidify power on Exandria.
Huh.
Marlborough's going to look over towards the counter and said, "We're going to need cake over here."
Cake.
Like the biggest one, like triple Larret. Thanks, Lulu.
All right, so not only it's a faction of pirates that rule an island, they're also allying with extraterrestrial vampires who have. How does Bingles fit into this?
Bingles is just a common friend and advisor. She has helped us many times, but she
introduced us to some other friends of hers that needed help, and we've been friends since.
Okay.
Apparently, the vampires have also stolen some of her creations.
Which is important to us because the less folks on the sea have that kind of technology, the safer we all are, arguably. But that plus Kale's father, who's the kind of smith you don't want to cross. Like the level of oh fuck you're looking at when you deal with these folks is not small. There's a lot of new technologies and dangerous things being brought to bear.
Right.
If given everything we know about the current alliance there and the current state of that island, even if you were to go to that bay and deal with the dragon turtle, I doubt you'd be coming back from the island.
Right. That was always a possibility, and we were hoping that we would get both ships ready for that endeavor. We just got back from all the way up north on a thing for Bingles. So, okay. Is this operate? We're looking to attack an island and rescue your father, and he points at Caldron. I'm assuming the Plank King has to go in order for this to really work.
Yes.
I don't see a scenario in which he keeps his head.
Gotcha. Okay. This is a lot bigger than what I was preparing it for.
I'm just gonna.
If the stability question is any issue, I'm part of one of the oldest families in the island, so like I'm reasonably confident we can negotiate some kind of truce or treaty or something after PK goes rolling down the hill, without having to fight the entire island. It's not going to be that kind of scenario.
He's gonna be the new one.
No, I'm not. Stop telling people that. That's not what. No, I don't want.
You gotta wear his hair
You can't
too.
trust me with a box of crayons. Don't. No, stop.
I'm gonna take a quick look around the coffee shop and use my detect thoughts to see if there's anyone listening in on us.
Yeah, in that case, give me an insight with advantage to reflect the detect thoughts.
Cool. So that is, where's my insight? Dirty 20.
20. So there is a very unassuming person in the corner that you just catch clocking this conversation, and surface, you hear them essentially repeating the words that everyone is saying as though trying to memorize them. They're human, about 17 years old, commoner clothing, browns and grays.
I'm gonna start delving deeper into that. So that's a
You get a wisdom save?
yeah, DC. What's my DC? 17.
They fail. I would say, what are you looking for as you delve deeper?
For a reason as to why they're trying to memorize our whole conversation.
Okay. You get they've been stationed here since you've had the conversation with the Plank King, with Wyatt, and have been here to keep an eye on things. And this conversation has piqued their interest and knows it's something they definitively need to report.
Yeah, we gonna have to die, kid.
I'm gonna look over at Marlboro and in his head just say 17 opposite corner, listening in.
With that deep dive, because of who you are, Mars, they're changeling.
Maybe a little bit older.
So I guess, like, with this pause, Thola kind of looks at these two, looks at these three, should I say, and says, "So, what are you all good at? Any strengths in particular?"
You want to get a up close and personal look?
Why not? Experience is the best teacher.
All right. I nudge Marlboro on or lean over and tap Marlboro on the thick bicep and gesture towards this kid in the corner. And I also get up and go over to the bar.
So Marlboro will get up and kind of walk towards the door like he's going to leave. And I'll stop short at the door, and I'll move the echo ever so slightly towards the center of the room.
Yeah. So I believe these people haven't quite seen this. You see this shadowy version of Marlboro move across.
That's so cool.
I'll look to Azok and just ask, trouble?
They haven't told me anything. I'm just waiting for something to happen here. Answer your question though, we have a pretty diverse party. We've got that guy is basically our front lines, and then we've got him that likes to fuck around with people's heads.
You see them get up. They get up immediately and begin coming towards the door.
I'm throwing a card. Once they're within striking range of Marlboro, I'm throwing a card.
Yeah, roll.
That was cocked. 19.
That hits.
So with me waiting for him to get within range of Marlboro, does that get sneak? Awesome.
Yeah, you can have sneak.
So,
Oh, snap.
so that's... Ooh, well, that's a good roll. 34 points of psychic damage. As you guys see Mars just spin around from the bar, and a hot pink playing card flies out of his hand and strikes this kid in the back of the head.
Damn it! I need
Okay,
to find...
Gambit.
I need a fucking
From
I need
Exactly.
We're gonna
Except
have
it
to
doesn't explode.
mop this guy up now, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
explain how he dies.
Oh,
Damn it!
this is my first kill, actually. Like we're talking about this.
Shit.
So it's just gonna be a super dramatic death as his nose just starts bleeding and he drops face down on the ground in front of you all.
And Marlboro will rush to him and lean down and just go, "Oh no!"
With a 19 passive insight, do I even have to roll to know that he's bullshitting? With that, oh no.
I think you get that. They're not trying to BS all of you as much as all the customers who are in total shock of what just happened as they were drinking their morning coffee.
Outside
Quick,
of
he
the
needs
blood
the
running
healing
out the
potion.
kid's outside of the kid's nose, there's no other sign of damage, right?
Right.
Nope.
I mean, they saw a visible card get thrown.
So,
Yeah.
I think at this point, Dajal's going to jump up on the table and cry out, "Don't worry, everybody. This was all just a performance. We're still working on this gig. No cost for the show, of course.
Yeah, modern
Please go
theater.
back to normal.
Weird.
You know, don't just completely disregard. Everything's just fine."
Make a persuasion check.
I'm going to burn inspiration on that.
Yeah.
Advantage. Come on. 18.
18. All right, let me.
I rolled a 3 and a 7.
Okay.
Oof.
They go. Yay! Very nervous.
I take a bow as well.
Oh god. Azog's gonna have to get up and if I can go to Marlboro, he's like, flip him over. I have to get him up, and then I'm gonna feed a healing potion to this dude. Actually, no,
He's
I need to
dead.
stabilize this dude. Can I stabilize him, or is he just dead?
Did anything happen to him as he's unconscious or dead, whichever
Yeah,
it is?
it's changeling. I would assume.
Right. So as that happened, you see all the features melt, and now there's just this white, featureless, scaly humanoid there. And you check them; they seem to be rapidly dying. If you give them, what do you do? Stabilize?
I would either stabilize or I'd pop that grater that I have on my back.
What you want to do?
I'll stabilize because I don't want him to be running off immediately, so I'll stabilize.
Okay, so and he kind of stops, and there's very shallow breathing.
I look to Simon when Simon sees this other changeling to see if there's any reaction, just because I've seen Simon change into Jajal a couple times, into other people, and now I've just seen somebody change from a person down into a base changeling form. Have we ever seen your base changeling form, Simon?
I mean, his base is fairly human looking. He doesn't. It's kind of when he first wakes up in the morning, he instinctively switches to as humanoid possible as he can, while still looking very pale and a little bug-eyed still. And I don't think he's gone unconscious, so unless somebody's gone in his room or seen him while he's sleeping. No, you haven't seen him as a pure changeling.
Which you were sleeping on the top of the deck for a while, though, weren't you?
Yeah, for a while.
So they probably got.
So then we've probably seen you just from our watches.
Yeah. But Simon, I guess it depends. Did the cake get delivered before this happened?
I think it's just
Yes, the
quick.
cake has been brought over.
He's
I
very
literally like,
delivered.
here's your cake, and they throw sand at the eyes of Mars and go, don't order me around.
Well, it's more if the cake was there before the playing card was thrown,
Yeah.
then Simon is totally focused on the cake. If it hasn't come yet, if the cake is not at the table when the playing card's thrown and this is all going down, then he'll mostly just be in shock of just because it's the first time he's seen somebody else that's like him. Or it's mostly the fact that he's seeing him change physically into a different looking person, which, as far as he knows, he's the only person that's done that.
We have excellent service at the Wizards of the Rose, so the cake was probably on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, then he doesn't notice anything. You do notice that this very small, very young looking, just barely over 5 foot tall kid wearing essentially a killer whale on his back at this point has quite quickly shoveled in a large amount of cake. Like there's no reason why he should have been able to have fit that much cake in his belly, but he has, and he's still going.
I mean, the whale gets some, obviously,
Yeah, the whale.
Has to.
and the floor, and definitely the floor.
Barbaro, Mars, can you bring our
Guest
number downstairs, please? We have to redo that number while I
Yep.
crowd
I'll
control.
pick him,
Yeah.
I'll pick him up and toss him over my shoulder and walk him to the back.
I'll gesture for the rest of everyone to follow us into the back.
I mean, if you wanted to bring us downstairs, we can.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta go through the back.
Kestrel crew?
Yep.
There's a
Simon, I'll take the cake. I'll carry the cake for you. You just
Oh no! Simon's already grabbed the cake. He's the worst of it. It's everybody else has been distracted with what's going else is on, so he's just he's torn into this cake. There's not a whole lot left probably at this point.
So
He's carrying the rest down.
I feel like y'all would have noticed that as soon as I saw what happened with like the card, the changeling, and you fell, whatever. Tonk's right hand hasn't left his pistol. Like his pistol's still holstered, but it's hand on pistol until we get down to the basement.
If I clock that, I just shoot Tonk awake.
I have. We're much better than that.
Also, I don't know how much you guys know about our characters. I'm an artificer, so like my pistol isn't a normal pistol. Like it's got weird gizmo-y
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
crystals and shit.
Nice.
Great.
And as we're walking down, I think Azok is going to try and keep the peace, as to keep the conversation forward, as like, they you saw all that happen. We've got a priest with us. We've got a bard or two. We've got a full group. So if you need another group as to deal with the Darko Islands, we can work our services. We also do have 2 ships getting ready for anything you guys need.
But there still is a question of motivation, right? What is your interest there? Are you just expecting piles and piles and piles of platinum when this is all over?
Yes.
I mean, that's a fine answer to it. I'm cool with that. But like,
We're
there's not
hired
some.
for a job.
Yeah, I mean, like, money is definitely a motivation. If you ask Bengals, should probably think the same thing too. But yeah, we're here to make friends. We're here to basically keep things going as things usually go.
Yeah.
We find ourselves doing the right thing more often than not.
By accident?
Like us.
Sometimes.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Sure.
Sometimes by accident.
Trial and error is probably another way of saying it. We definitely have messed up a couple times. We won't go into that though.
I mean, Marlboro split a Rakshasa in half with one swing. It was really cool.
What is a Rakshasa?
It's this weird tiger-looking humanoid thing. I shape change into what I saw for 5 seconds of the Rakshasa. It's this weird tiger devil thing. It was living the house that we live in now, and it had this torture chamber on the ethereal plane, and then we followed it to the ethereal plane, and then Marlboro just cut it in half. It's crazy.
And that actually, the Rakshasa was actually a part of this underground organization that was keeping the refugees out of Neutronus. We sort of maybe
and siphon them off and and doing unspeakable things to him.
Right.
You're the one that
Um,
the orphanage was talking about.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
people are talking about us. Cool. I morph back into Mars.
Did
I want.
you say you morphed back into Mars?
Yeah, I shape changed into the Rakshasa, and then I
Oh,
shape changed
okay.
back. Yeah. Hey, changeling.
Are these things like on every corner or what?
At this point,
You'd be surprised.
Simon turns into what Mars looked like when he first met him.
Oh, it's still like the exact same. It's still like the half elf with the tied back hair. And
Okay, but he looks exactly like you then.
I did the same thing to Lulu when I met all these guys. So, yeah. High five.
Yeah, I guess there are.
He's currently holding cake, so
I tousle the hair.
Air 5.
Rolla gets a spoon and takes some, like a bite before it's all gone. Cause
yeah. Depending how far,
It's really
how many
good cake.
stairs and how far we're going, there's a good chance it's gone by the time we get down there.
It's really good cake.
So
A tiger demon. Yeah, we just got back from some business of our own.
as inconspicuously as possible, I want to clock what's going on with Azok. I'd like to roll a nature check to figure out what the black veins and pus and all of that might be.
Yeah.
He ate too much cake.
Yeah,
Avoid the cake.
Isn't there like a white whale potion that's supposed to help with that or something? I have to look that up.
not a white whale.
White doll.
Well, I'm white and I have a whale. Does that count?
No, what is the name of that potion?
33.
Yeah. I promise we're
used to
playing
it.
Dungeons and Dragons and not Pathfinder, everybody. I swear. Yeah. You look. It is a very strange. Though this doesn't quite make sense, and you've not seen anything like this before, but this seems to be like worked into them. There seems to be a hybrid of plant that is partially undead and living at the same time.
When you say worked into them, like, is it a symbiote or is it a parasite?
It seems like a symbiosis that and it kind of goes all around them as though it's almost indistinguishable from their form, which would lead you to believe they've had a prolonged exposure and have gone through process of acceptance, and it moves with them.
So to explain that 33, I'm not a normal artificer. I'm an artificer that decided that instead of mechanical science, I need to study how biology works. I have expertise in nature.
Yes.
That makes more sense. I love that. Cool.
Don't you also get advantage on all nature checks?
Not all of them, but there are some of them I do.
Oh, it's white honey. Never mind. Oh, Jesus.
Wait, this is the end here. This is Witcher.
That's okay. That's where, like, my first, when you said the black veins, I was like, huh, okay. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
So who was this creature? Not to break up the brevity.
Yeah, Mars, what the hell?
And at this point, you've gone down to like a simple room underneath the coffee shop.
Yeah, so, taking a cue from Marlboro, I scanned everyone in the coffee shop, and this dude works for the Plank King, who I guess is the guy who hired us. I didn't know it was the Plank King, but cool, it's the Plank King. So he hired us to talk to the Dragon Turtle, and I guess, well, according to these thoughts, left some people behind to keep an eye on all of us. Well, our group, the Razgard, to keep an eye on us until I guess we left for Darktoe.
So the Plank King wants you to get rid of his own dragon turtle?
Like I said, I don't know if it's get rid of. He just said that the dragon turtle was attacking the ships that are coming in and out.
So
The dragon turtle is probably attacking the vampire ships.
Oh,
Which means that
now I'm putting that together.
PK hasn't been giving him his tithe.
Oh.
Or he doesn't care. I mean, the dragon turtle's not stupid.
I mean,
Sounds like a new friend possibility.
yeah.
So you're just supposed to like sing him a lullaby and he plays nice? How does that work?
I can be very persuasive. Like 2 days ago, I talked this genie down from killing this elf who like dropped on us while we were up in the north.
What is a genie?
Well, I think to be more specific, he said I don't know if he said what kind of genie he was, but I know there was like 4 genie that this kid pulled a tooth out of this bag and they all appeared and wanted to kill him.
There was an Afridi. Someone said Afridi in that conversation.
That one.
That doesn't explain anything.
It doesn't.
Big fire dude
We get through a
with
lot of
the
shit.
flaming scimitar. And just whacked this Fey boy, almost sent him to oblivion.
I feel like we're getting a lot off topic here.
Yeah, we're getting off topic. Anyway, back to this guy. He is trying to keep an eye on our group until we go to do what the Plank King hired us to do, which is to deal with the Dragon Turtle, who is trying to sink your opponent's vampire ships.
So just to be clear, y'all met with PK himself?
I think.
All
Dude
right.
still be like quiet.
Yeah, massive dude, Wyatt Marnos, like kind of. I mean, he's butt ugly for damn sure, but like kind of imposing, kind of a big dude.
Is that the guy I met with, Matt?
That was the one that was waiting, that came out of the darkness in the inn. That sounds
Yes.
like the person you were talking to.
Mel, when
Yes.
was the last time PK left the island? He never
As far
left while I was
as far as I can tell, it's been forever. But like, he may have a whole separate family. We don't know what his deal is. But he at least has never seen off the island that I'm aware of.
In the
I don't know,
5
maybe
years
he's
I
another
was there, I
shapeshifter.
don't recall of him ever leaving.
Right. Same with the fam. Phil, you remember living on the island, especially growing up there? Like, do you remember PK ever leaving in your memory?
No, he usually sends out others to do what he
Which
needs.
is the part that I think is curious.
Maybe it was
Also, it doesn't line up with the dragon turtle thing.
I just think that the dragon turtle, like most other beings that have seen this island go from what it once was to what it is now, is probably not happy.
Or he's being fed cheap tonight. Either one of the two.
I would feed that dragon turtle in an instant if it meant that we could be friends.
I mean, that's how you became my friend. Assam puts down an empty tray now in the table.
Yes, and it's a good way to make friends, indeed.
So it's a cash transaction with y'all, right? We leave that on deposit, have use of your ships and or arms, etc., for some period of time. Probably pay out of the spoils off of the island, and then what? Pure business, right? No love, no weirdness, no entanglements.
Yeah, we're pretty straightforward like that. Right, Mark?
Okay. Mal pulls out 200 platinum and lays it right on the table. Deposit. Reasonable?
Yeah, that'll definitely cover crew costs. We still need to hire someone to handle the warship.
Yeah.
That'll work. That'll get us components.
Do we
supplies.
have spare seedlings? They know how to work a ship.
The warship, is that people that you would take into a fight?
Well, right now we're thinking of staffing it with the refugees we've been taking into the city. Give them jobs to get more people in. We did the same thing for this other job.
Wait.
That's
civilians, then.
You're going to bring into battle people who have not...
Well, they're just to man the ship. It was up to Azok what kind of ship we got.
But literally everybody who goes is likely to die.
Right, and I appreciate Mars thinking that we can utilize refugees here, but hearing what they're getting mixed up with, we might need to rethink that. You guys have been at Dickajonis, right? Do you know any where we can get crew members, privateers?
Do we need a second ship?
This warship of yours sounds more like a business venture that you're trying to set up than an extra fighting crew, which is perfectly valid.
Very valid.
But Bingles told us she gave you the second version of her ship, and we know its capabilities, at least.
Oh, yeah, the Handsome Devil. Yeah, I know that.
So.
I like the name.
Cave is
What
not.
about
right.
Mal?
We
Don't
did
you
it.
have family?
Yeah, I mean, I could see where Revic is and see what his crew's up to, but I have no idea what their status is at this point. It's been months since I talked to my uncle.
If you need people, and you can get the ship to Port Zune. Port Zune is kneecapped right now by the Plank King. His interference with their supply lines are bringing the city to a standstill. If you need people willing to board your warship to take it to the Plank King, you can probably find them in Port Zune.
Okay.
That's actually a good idea.
Done. All right. Azok's gonna kind of take notes down.
I think the backside of that, by the way, is Port Zune has no loyalties. Be careful about who you bring on board. Mutiny, piracy, theft, you name it, it's all a possibility. So be a little bit picky about who you hire.
It is a risk, but you would find people.
It's a fuck ton better than Rathold.
And they are desperate enough in Port Zune that outside of our efforts, they are fixing to send the full fleet in a few months.
Wow.
Cool. Would proper motivation for them be coin? Theft?
I mean,
That's
the
what
obvious
Zune.
choice.
That's what Port Zune runs on is coin.
But I think other proper motivation would be taking a fight to the Plank King himself.
Yeah, that's
so.
Right now, all of the supply runs into Port Zune have to follow the coast. They can't take straight lines through the deep sea.
Interesting.
And the backside of that is also that the Concord can't put too many forces forward because they're in the pinch between the Empire and certain other dark factions. So, there's not much ability to mobilize everyone and anyone at this point. So they're looking for freelancers, privateers, folks willing to deal with PK and the pirate aspect of this cleanly and quickly, and maybe even get paid for it. So we're talking some amount of reserves off of PK's stash, probably some additional Concord investment. I've got my piece of it as well. So it's not like there's not going to be opportunity when the game is over, but getting there is the problem.
Right.
I feel an obligation to warn y'all, if you're going to go out to sea, watch out for baby Kraken also.
I don't know that they're baby anymore.
How fast do
Okay,
they grow?
look, that was in the southern half of the sea. I'm sure there are none of them up there yet. We'll go deal with those after we're done with the PK.
Back it up.
No,
Baby Kraken?
No.
You use the K word.
We have problems. We don't tell them. We don't need to know about them. That's okay.
Okay, resume.
Okay, so now, it's 2 ships. We're definitely going to go to port soon. Get a crew going for that warship, and we'll be manning the Handsome Devil. I like that name. It's really
Handsome Devil's the the cooler ship
Yes.
from Bingles. Yes.
Jajal here brought us news of another ship that's currently docked in Darktow, with a crew there that is also needing PK to be taken care of, to take care of their own family issues or people that PK has taken.
Okay.
How long did you tell them that we would take to get there, sailing?
Oh, I didn't.
How long would it take to get from here to Darktow?
Directly?
Yeah, it's about a month for a regular ship.
What about for our ship?
From Port
Nicodranus.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nicodranus. Sorry, it's actually more it's closer to 2 months from Nicodranus.
Yeah.
It is from Port Zune for you. It's going to be about 3 weeks.
Okay.
So if they wanted to take the warship to Port Zune to get staff, to get crew, and then from Port Zune go to Darktow, how long would that take?
Let me actually look it up. I was going off my memory for those others. Let me have a look here.
Wait, also,
Does your ship move any faster than a standard ship?
The
I
warship?
feel like I remember Bengal's ship being quite speedy.
We've actually yet to have a look at it.
Yeah.
We actually yesterday just came straight from the north back to here. And we're still recovering.
Just because we came here through magical means, and the Wild Bloom is actually currently in Port Zune, and our ship is much faster than the average ship.
Okay, so yeah, Nicodranus and Port Zune would probably be about 2 weeks, and it's on the way to Darktow, so you wouldn't really lose too much time.
Got you.
So if we had to kill some time, hypothetically, our crew could go muck around on the Mother Side Reef for a bit and see what the initial forces look like, or at least the forward attachment for PK before we go further.
Correct. You have time to do the Mother Side Reef and do a few other things before they would be able to get to Darktow.
Right.
All right. So some upgrades are probably appropriate.
We've got coin. If you think the warship needs any upgrades,
I personally don't advise sending a fresh crew on this endeavor.
Yeah.
I don't.
An untested crew.
I could at least see if my brother and father would volunteer to help on that crew.
And I can see if Revik and Co are available if you'll let me borrow your weird distance whispering thing, maybe.
I will reach out to your uncle.
And if you guys just aren't sure about your boat yet, we can go out, split crew and do some sea trials with you. Teach you how to maneuver a little bit, maybe gain some speed, figure out the basics.
Yeah.
We've been at sea
Yeah.
for fucking forever, so
It's our home.
I don't know that this would matter to any of you all, but I will let you know that most of the Revelry ships now carry ballista that shoot plant killer.
As long as that's going to be a problem for you?
I mean, don't think so. The stuff, my tricks involve me at the more immediate space around me, and I think I can whip up a couple of tricks.
It's a new trick they just brought up, and our ship is a plant, so...
Our whole ship is a plant. They hold a grudge against us.
Okay, then yeah, Mars, that's gonna be a problem for me and what I do. I'll try to find a workaround to that, but
yeah. I mean, while we're adding shit to our shit, probability is that they've upgraded probably most of the Revelry ships from normal stuff, ballista or catapult to probably full cannon by now. So if your ships don't have the ability to soak up significant amounts of damage, it might be problematic.
Yeah, that's probably something we want to work on.
yeah. Just one real quick.
If you haven't seen what modern cannons do, it's pretty disgusting for boats that aren't ready for it.
Right. Matt, the warships that we purchased, they're not fitted. Are they fitted with cannons, or are they just all ballista?
I believe yours start with ballista. That's not saying you can't get cannons, especially on Tuesday.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
We'll take care of that Tuesday.
Seems only fair to tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Buttons there. We have the Hands of the Devil. That's 2. Okay. And yeah, you did mention getting a crew to man the warship specifically, correct? Or we're going to Port Zoom for that. So I'm getting
feel free to staff it, crew it however you can. I am just saying that Port Zune, you are likely to find people in Port Zune if you haven't found them already.
Okay. I'm all out of questions. Bro, Mars, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I'm all set on all that.
So what happens to the squirrely one? What happens to the he who is recovering consciousness shortly?
Oh, yeah. Do we have him tied up yet? Are we tying him up? We should tie him up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we would stick around and ask a couple of questions, see what he's told PK about what we're doing and what he knows about you guys.
I want to run his pockets, make sure he doesn't have a sending stone or something.
Or another coin. Look out for the coin. By the way, PK likes to leave little tags on folks and send them on their way.
I'm running this man's pockets.
100%. Make investigation check.
I just had a horrible thought. We accepted a down payment from him. He might know what we're doing already.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing inspiration on this. All right. Okay, that's a lot better. 19 minus 1 for 18.
All right. Yeah, you begin rifling through. They have about 20 gold on them, and you look through the coins, the silver, the copper, and you, I would say, are able to find on a bottle that they have that has a what looks like a glassy green stopper that's, you recognize at this point as purified residuum that has general arcane markings on it, and at the top of it is the symbol that you're familiar with.
Okay. I toss the bottle to Tonk. I take this man's money for sure. And I just slap him in the face a few times. And
Is this just a normal cork? Is the cork normal?
No.
we might need to move over that liquid to another vial.
Is it liquefied residuum?
No, the cork is residuum.
Oh, the cork is residuum.
I
Oh,
got
wonderful.
With carvings and the symbol in it.
Okay.
Look what we have here.
They would take healing to wake up because they're still at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do we intend to keep this one?
Well, if you guys want some answers, just some questions, if you guys have any for him, we could take care of them afterwards.
Matt,
Yes.
I would like to take out my my jeweler's tools and try to, bring out my etch and my file and mar up this symbol enough that it would fail.
Sure. Give me that check.
Is that a thing that happens with magic, or? I was just going to make a threat and then throw in the trash can, but I'm simple like that.
30.
But
30. Okay. I would say with a 30 over the course of a few, it's going to take about a good 20 minutes because you have to be very careful to not damage the residuum. You are able to remove all of the etchings, the symbols and the mark, so that it's unmarked cork. And as you get the last one, you do see like some unraveling of magical energies kind of leave it. Whatever magic it once performed is no longer operative.
All right, then I'll toss the residuum over to Caldrum. You can add this to your collection.
I do not think
Thanks.
there's anything I want to ask this one that I possibly do not already know.
Can we look at that down payment?
Meaning,
Just to inspect it to make sure.
Oh,
Oh.
his.
For ours, because
Yeah.
it was 20,000.
The 25. Yeah.
20,000?
Wait, hang on.
1,000?
Down
Yeah.
You
payment.
put down
for the-
20,000 gold for this.
for us, yeah.
And more on
More on like after we finish the job. It's in our bank.
Do you recall what our current bounty is, or do you not remember?
It's 20,000, I think.
It's got to be more than that by now.
It's probably more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
that was the upfront cost.
yeah.
Total cost. We were gonna get 20.
We even docked down 10,000 to
Yeah.
an extra month to do this.
Yeah,
So do you still have all of that like in a bag here somewhere, or
we have it in our bank.
So I guess it's been recycled. So I don't know. If
I mean,
it's
that's not a terrible outcome. If it's not on you, it can't be used to track you, right?
Yeah.
So
Very true.
Yeah, if you've deposited into a bank, you're fine.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think you might have used that to start to get your ships going.
And
That
we
too.
still have,
Yeah.
we still have a lot left too.
Yeah, so.
So
It's only effective if it is with you.
Okay. I'm gonna be feverishly checking all of my stuff now.
We were 10 per head when we played in January.
oh,
and
that's
learned.
insulting. That's just downright stupid. Like, come on, we've
Well, 10
done a lot
for
more
each
damage
of
since
us.
but like that was like almost a year ago. We've done so much more damage since then.
It's literally been like a year ago.
You know what? If and when we go to Darktoe and we get there, if we get there before you guys,
oh no, there's no way.
if for some reason we do, we'll take a look.
Tell you what, just tell me what the number is just for pure ego reasons, or if you're gonna knife me in the back, do it now. But like, choose.
I have no knives. You saw my preferred weapon, but we were promised 40K in
Yeah.
gold
Yep,
for
there's
completing the job. We got 20K up front.
significantly more than that if you kill us, and significantly more than all of that if we take the island.
Well, we're going to take the island. That's no question.
Yeah, no backstabbing. That's not how we do things.
Yeah. It's happened to us. We don't like doing it.
Right.
I mean, I've got an assassin
Forget-
in my crew,
forget
so I'm
upstairs.
mostly with you.
I thought he wasn't an assassin anymore. I thought he gave that up.
Who
He
Cass,
gave up. Yeah, he gave up the ones who he deals with. Doesn't mean he won't deal with others in the same way.
Something
Look, it's-
professional courtesy.
As long as I get to burn another one of their ships.
I don't see that being a problem. I think we're gonna have a very target-rich environment when we get there.
I'm sure you will.
Well, shall we then plan to meet in Port Zune so we can go over more things, especially considering your inexperience in the sea?
We'll do some scouting. We'll investigate the Mother's Reef, see if we can get any more information about their, current loadouts, and we'll meet you in Port Zune.
it's funny you mention that because like we don't know. I mean, obviously the critter in front of us is probably not a 17-year-old that it looked like originally. We don't know whether or not the spy in our midst actually has some information. So we could hang around and ask the questions in awkward and potentially painful ways if we wanted to.
I'm good at that.
Interested? Not interested? Anybody? Thola, you're my conscience. Am I being too evil here?
No, I mean,
So-
to be honest, I was just going to kill him, but
So
Oh,
Mal,
It's a waste at this point.
Mal, as you say that, right, like in the painful and interesting ways, Tonk just opens up his jacket, pulls out a whole roll of tools, and spreads it on the table.
Wow.
I make my way over to the table.
Oh,
Say, I have not done this in a while.
You find it's literally just regular working tools.
Implement are
I
used in the right hands can do anything.
I have on me alchemist supplies, a forgery kit, harvesting tools, herbalism, jewelers, leatherworking thieves, and tinker's tools.
I lean onto the table as well and say, name's Tonk, right?
Yes.
I think we just became best friends, if you're cool with that. If you guys want to torture this guy, I will 110% be on top of that. And in that ballpark.
Thola casts aid on the guy, Tonk, and Caldrum. Just so that the guy can get some hit points back temporarily.
So I want to be clear. While this may be interesting, if he talks, when he chooses to give us what we want, this stops. This is a means to an end.
Yeah.
So
No argument. Also, what's to keep this dude from casting a spell? What's to keep this dude from teleporting out of here? We don't necessarily know what's going to happen.
You cut off his hands.
We didn't find any.
That's
on him, did we?
Yeah, we didn't find a component's pouch on him when
Oh, you did not know.
we could
We
use
can-
this.
They'll cut off his hands.
Oh, nice.
Well,
I pull out a
Why?
vial, and one of the poisons I harvested from the ship is a truth serum.
Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Do you have more than one, or can we use this one?
I can get more, so feel free.
So, but before we wake him up, I'm going to move his hands behind him like you would put him in cuffs, and then I am going to mold earth the stone of the floor around his hands so he cannot make somatic movements.
Okay.
I'll just be actively,
Intimidating.
looking at him, down the barrel.
Nice.
I'm going to
So-
position himself at
That
the
would
stairs.
that would have my true sight active on him, so I
Sure.
can see his base form.
Yep. Interesting now.
Azog's going to move himself to at least the threshold of the stairs, so that if he makes his way up, Azog can ready and put a spell up.
I mean, he is a changeling, so I don't know if he'd be able to changeling his way out of this, but currently his hands are in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna have to go through a lot of opportunity attacks to make it through the doorway.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have to waste any spells.
But anyway, Thola, go ahead.
Yeah. And I think with that, let's go ahead and take our break. Push
Nice.
back.
I'm about to turn my air back on. It's hot as shit.
For everybody who can stay, we'll be back in 15 minutes.
Bueno. Hey, yo, Will, that's a nice chair you got. Oh, I can't hear you, bro.
There we go. It's not terrible. For a dude that works entirely in this four-walled prison all day, every day, at least 12 hours a day, it seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, if you like that, you like my new elevator. You want to see it?
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a raising desk, but I was like, I need an L-shaped desk. I just need more desk space.
Well, that's exactly it. Like, basically, I'm set up side by side with my personal machine on one side and the work machine on the other side, and just like, I have to be able to float between them because I tried to do both at the same time, and it was just painful.
Yeah, dude.
Switching monitor sucks.
Next step for me, though, I need to buy a new chair. So, yeah.
There are some good companies, but they're not going to be cheap. This is the painful part is like, good ergonomics are worth it, but they're not going to be like reasonable.
Well, so I'm a slut for fat kid deals, and so right now there's an ergonomic chair that they found on Amazon. Originally $250, has great reviews, and it's on sale for $99 right now.
That's
Nice.
insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
Nice.
yeah. I'll share the link with everyone. I think everyone deserves that.
Yeah, please. I've been looking at chairs, like, and some I've been looking at are like 700. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yes, it can get nuts.
I got mine at Staples for like 200.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm looking for a lot of back stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
You got to make sure that they have the extra tall version for Matt.
Yes.
Dude, that's the true. Yeah, this one says like 5'5" to 6'1", and I'm
Yeah,
like
that's not gonna work.
6'2 3/4".
Hell no.
Matt,
Matt's 6'8".
Yeah,
right, I keep forgetting how
That's-
tall Matt is.
yeah. That's the biggest part with this chair is it's made for a normal person.
Yeah.
They can't-
A
We
normal
giant
person, yes.
We Goliaths.
I'm still waiting for them to create those like pods where you just get suspended in fluid. You put like a mask on, you could just like game from in there, and you just suspend. There's no pressure, there's no gravity, there's no desk compression. It's
A little
just
too much
just
Ready
compression.
Player One for you.
So you're actively putting yourself in the Matrix. Got it.
I mean,
The Oasis.
yeah,
The
you'll be
back to
comfortable.
back, that would be good.
Oh,
The catheters
alright.
might be fun. Might not be fun for the first few times, but get used to it.
Did you ever watch Idiocracy?
Oh gosh, who hasn't?
All right, so the cast the spell aid. You assume, gentlemen, you're not exactly sure at this point. Wakes up, looking around, look at themselves, very frantically, cannot move.
All right. Hey, Zach, do you want to do this? Or do you want me to do it? What's your thought?
Hey, by all means.
Choice is choice. All right, that's fine. All right. So just to be clear, Mal, in addition to looking like he just fell off a boat, is bristling with weapons, like lots of unnecessary numbers of swords wrapped to his belt. Looks kind of like a hot mess, but like a reasonably put together hot mess for the conditions. Walks up to our guest. We'll just use that term for now. Stops for a second, gives him a quizzical look, and says, "All right, well, you already died once today. Do you want to go for the high score, or like what's your preference? You can talk. You can provide us what we need. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to suck. Could be. You'll have a really great day. We'll see. Depends on the answers you provide to the questions we have. So, are you willing to have a conversation, or do you want to squirm for a while? Do you want to scream for a while? Do you want to bleed for a while? What's your preference?"
Make intimidation check.
You got it. Which I usually suck at, but let's try it.
Use your
No, no.
advantage. Let's go.
That's absolutely the right choice. And the dice are not merciful. That's an 11.
You have no bonus. Of course not.
Let's say, I just want to go and live.
I mean, we've already found PK's mark. Oh, the Plank King's mark on you. So it's unlikely one of those things is going to happen. Other one's up to you. You know who we are, right? This is not new to you. Like, this face has been probably plastered over any number of tavern doors on the island or thereabouts, or at least circulated there. I'll put it this way. If PK is willing to send assassins specifically for us, at ports that aren't even Revelry controlled. There's got to be some bounty out there. Do you happen to know what it is, by the way?
I don't know who you are.
Perfect answer. Love it. Why are you here?
Pause for a sec. It's here because they accepted a payment from a group that the Revelry.
You can
Got
just
it.
say
See,
it. We all know what it is.
The Revelry, and they asked. I specialize in keeping tabs and communication. They hired me to sit here in this cafe.
So you're not with the Revelry, you're just hired by the Revelry, is that correct?
Yes.
How would I know that?
Jack.
Who would know that?
I know that.
Cal, you trying to roll insight or what?
Yeah.
All right, do insight.
See if he's lying.
I'll spend my inspiration for advantage. 23.
The best you can tell, I would say looking at them, they don't bear any of the marks of life at sea, the harsh salt, like even on a changeling form, it doesn't seem that damage is there, and it seems to ring true.
He's got no marks of a pirate.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a quick look at Tonk, then down at the table full of tools that he just laid out and say, "May I?"
Oh, certainly.
I pick up 2 random pointy objects and crouch down next to this changeling, and I say, "It's weird that there are 3 of us in here," and I just let all the color just drain from myself as I go into my base changeling form. And I don't know his deal. I know my deal. What's your deal? I say as I just start not breaking skin, but like poking into like the gap between the joint and the shoulder.
Make an intimidation check. With advantage.
Use instruments next time, Mal.
Way better.
Keep learning.
25.
Holy shit.
I don't. That is very strange. All I know is I came here as part of the refugees from the north, and I just did what I had to do to find work.
Can I inside check that?
Certainly.
There's like a 19 of like Azok's demeanor, like, seriously? This is still a problem? Really?
It's a 19.
19. I mean, nothing seems to say that he's telling a lie. And I think it would go on if you ask him about is this still going. He goes, it's what I've been doing it for a long time. I wasn't going to be in the camps with my particular abilities. Just acclimated myself to the city, and I was found out and found that I was working for the one that you previously murdered. Which he was an asshole, it's fine. But I was getting gold from him, and I had to find other work, and I was approached by members of the Revelry.
What have you come into contact with anyone in Revelry about us? Have you been following our moves since getting this job? I mean, I don't know how you have. We've only spent a day since.
My job was to be in the coffee shop and report on anything interesting that was said or done there.
Okay.
And he just sort of goes in. That bottle, when opened, collects conversation. When stoppered, it sends the conversation.
Shit, he already sent the conversation.
Not anymore, don't.
Fine. It was given to me by the referee.
So, Tong, to be clear, do you believe that? Do you trust that? Is that accurate?
I'm gonna cast detect magic, just to verify that there's no magic left on the bottle and there's nothing else magical that is on him that he's carrying. There's no magic on him.
Right. There's not.
Okay.
And you've successfully removed the magic from the bottle. Other than just the power of the residuum itself.
Right.
Which leads you to be specifically like whatever they were saying. They may not know exactly how it works. It has more to do with the stopper than it does any whatever bottle.
Right.
I'm gonna poke this tool a little bit further in the gap and say,
I respond to Mal. Well, he's wrong enough the bottle that I imagine he was just told what it did and didn't really understand it. Seems like, the kind of folks somebody just buy.
Mars, I think we could finish up here. I'm going to turn to him and say, is there anybody else that is watching us, or is it just you?
I was going to get to that, I say, as I push that tool a little bit further into the shoulder.
Yeah, I think with a check so far, he's pretty pliant. I don't know. I was approached. I don't know if anybody else was. I don't report to anybody.
What was the last message you sent out?
I opened it when you began mentioning the revelry. When they began going towards the door to block it, I stoppered it.
So the message got out.
Yep.
That's fine.
Isn't it ironic that the first time we actually interrogate somebody, Zahir's not here anymore?
So, John, do you believe in coincidence? Is it possible we have an innocent bystander here who just got paid to do a job?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah. There's plenty of idiots who love coin.
I am one of those, yes.
I've seen many of those.
How much were they paying you, son?
5 gold a day.
That's...
Yo, are they hiring?
Your life for 5 gold a day. That's amazing.
I mean, hey, some people don't see 1 gold a year.
I don't disagree, but this is exceptionally dangerous work. Did you know this is dangerous work? Let's be honest.
They just told me to sit in the coffee shop, and if people would say anything I thought that would interest them, I opened the bottle, and then I closed the bottle. That's all they said.
Produce 20 gold. I'm just gonna. This is yours if you continue to play dumb. And if they ask questions, you say nothing else.
I think there's also a little bit of a need for motivation here. Friend, do you know who these people are? Do you know what kinds of thing they do? Do you have any people they've killed? Do you have any idea of who's actually working for?
I knew enough then to say no. That it was not going to be good for me to refuse them.
And at the same time, if they figure out that we let you go, they'll probably kill you too. Almost certainly more dangerous than this. Like, we haven't actually broken blood yet. We certainly can do that now, but you're in a position where even if we decide, maybe it's likely we'll see, there's no harm in letting you go. You don't have to at least keep an eye on them or be aware of them. They'll be looking for you for quite some time.
Well, good thing I'm hard to recognize.
Well, for most, yeah.
What's your name, by the way?
Xiaojin.
You said you came down as a refugee. Where are you from? Here. Alexandria, I mean, where'd you come from?
I was born in Eurosa.
Okay. You know about the Empire's boogeymen? Not the Assembly's boogeymen, the Empire's. The ones they
No.
trust. You're lucky. You're lucky then. I'll take the poker out and step away.
Okay. He's innocent. He's got, he's not going to come after us or anything. He'll probably know better to come back here or talk to the Plank King. Just let him go.
I mean, it's a question of time, right? We won't be here in a week or 3. Stare him right in the eye and say, you can keep your mouth shut and avoid revelry agents for the next, I don't know, month or so. Does that seem like a reasonable option for you?
Yes, at this point, I will be leaving here as soon as I can.
Let me ask you a slightly different question. Would you like employment? We pay a bit better than 5 gold a day.
What's the job?
Oh, it's quite simple. Just keep your ear to the ground. Let us know when we drop in. Actually, tell us where to drop into first. There certainly are connections or places we could go to. Maybe amongst the orphanages where you could drop in once in a while and see if we left a note, maybe, or some contact point where we can say, if we're in town and we just ask who's asking about what or what the conversation is, you can inform us. Sort of an open sort of a lease situation, right? You just tell us what we want to know whenever we drop in a town. Maybe it's every week or month or something like that, and then the money keeps flowing. It's not even a full-time commitment, really. It's just rumor mongering.
It is much more dangerous.
Yeah, it is. No is a fine answer. You can walk either way.
What is the payment?
Well, the easy choice would be, I don't know, 100 gold a month. More if you have something useful.
It's actually less than the reverie was given them as a note.
Yeah, you're right.
That was just cap at 20.
150 would be 30 gold a day
Yeah.
on a 30-day month.
Yeah, long day, bad math.
No worries. It's just like, you know that one. Like,
let's say we pay you for the fine. Anything interesting or useful you provide is 50 gold a pop. It's a side job, right?
yeah.
Inconsistent with the money is good.
Make a persuasion check.
Six.
Nice.
Not all of us are plus 15 and everything.
I'm only that in a few things.
I still roll single digits, so.
Oh yeah, me too, but
I would rather get out of here and as far from the coast as I can be.
Makes sense.
Don't blame you on that one.
Especially given the rough and tumble day you've had. Any other questions from the gallery? Anyone? No?
Nothing from me.
Sounds like we're good then. Tonk, would you do the honors?
Oh, I thought we were leaving.
Oh, yeah, we can do that, but leaving him in stone probably isn't a good look, especially considering it's not our establishment and someone else. Yeah, someone else's basement. That's not pretty. Like, the location is obviously known.
All right.
Also, how weird is it to explain why in the basement of your very fine establishment, you've got like 2 humanoid-sized fist holes exactly in that shape in the ground? It's just a little bit weird.
I'll fix it later. It's fine.
That's not a French trade.
That's fine. I'll go and I'll mold Earth and pull his hands out.
Okay.
I will say this, Marlborough, do you want to knock him out so we can dump him somewhere else in the city? Cover that trip?
He knows where we are. It's not. It's not that.
I mean, it's a basement.
We don't need to do this painfully or violently.
I mean, does anybody have a memory spell or something? Like, is this?
I cast sleep.
You cast sleep.
Yeah,
he's at 5 HP, so.
And that's HP is going to be good for 8 hours. So I hope he really finds a potion or something before then.
I'll cast sleep, and I'll cast Goodberry, and I'll leave him with, just put the berries in his pocket.
Okay.
So that he can take them when he wakes up.
A lot nicer than I.
Would he know to take them?
You'll find them, I hope.
It's just going to be berries in his pocket.
I'll leave a note for him.
Yeah. Whose farmer's wife did I sleep with last night? What is this?
Yeah.
Just don't leave him with the jive berries.
Just forcibly masticate for him. Grab his chin.
Uh-huh.
Chew the berry for him.
Yeah, I'm getting dangerously close there, bud.
That is how we roll. Mars was it, I think?
Yeah.
Nice touch on the blade work. Azog, nice back and forth. I dig it. Any concern for you guys about this individual knowing where here is?
Well, knowing that his way of communicating with those who hired him doesn't lie in his hands anymore.
Right, but they can find him easily if they. Well, actually, they can't.
Well,
if he's good at what he does, they should be able to.
He's also planning on leaving as soon as possible.
Or so we're
I
told,
feel like he's gonna flee back into the Empire, or maybe go farther east, or something. I don't know, just away from the coast. So.
I think between Revelry and us, he's scared enough. He's just not gonna want to do with that.
Yeah.
Any of us.
Fair. Okay, and we certainly can find a nice soft place for him to land somewhere out in the bushes.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon, any particular feels about this moment or no? You okay?
Curious. Just in
Me
general.
too. No, me too. Do you want to voice any of that or not really?
No, you're the first ones I've seen that are like me.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm from, so I'm not even sure if I'm from here.
Well, I know I'm not from Exandria. Grew up in the Feywild. Been here since I was 13, so been here for 13 years.
I'm sure there's ways we can figure that out.
Yeah.
Down the line.
You guys seem capable. You probably have both. I know Tonk has some smarts, seeing all of his collective, impressive collection.
Out of character, would you say it seems Tonk has the smarts? I have 21 intelligence.
So we're right. So we're right.
Understanding that normal limit's 20. I have 21.
Oh yes. Yeah. So I got a feeling you'll find out more. I know I'm trying to find out more about other things, but you'll find out more about you.
For now, I am just satisfied with what I do know, and that is that I have found a family.
Good.
I'll just sort of open my hand towards Mars,
and I'll reciprocate.
No, the tools.
Oh, the tools. Oh, they're already back on the table. I thought you were shaking. I put them back down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought you were going for a shake of the hand.
No, I thought you still had the tools. That was all that was.
I'm a rogue, but I'm not that kind of rogue.
Put everything up, roll it out, just put it back in my jacket.
So, any other business considerations? Do you guys need? No. Reasonably comfortable.
Reasonably.
Is arrangement working out for you? By the way, I mean, 200 platinum is a paltry sum for deposit next to 20,000 gold you were offered. So it's as much a gesture of faith as anything else.
You guys are cool.
It's been a bonding experience. I feel like
Yeah.
we've got this going. Well, we'll if anything else we need to do, we can pick it up on our end. You guys worry about scouting ahead around the reefs. We'll get the crew together.
Don't let
Do you have
them reach
a-
out to you.
Do you have a way to contact us, or should we reach out to you instead?
I feel like you should probably reach out to us.
Our cleric's the one that sends, and she's not here right now.
Seeing Mars's ability, though, he could show your cleric what we all look like and give a description. You should be able to contact any one of us.
I'm really good at voices, and I do a perfect mimicry of Thola's voice and say, I'm really good with voices too.
Technically, our cleric's the one that handed us all cake, so she's seen you guys.
Yeah.
Mars?
Yeah.
How good are you with plants?
Not at all.
All right, then. And I'll look over to Azok, who's obviously plants. And I'll toss you a seed. It's not a seed like any you've seen before. Plant that, care for it, water it, all of that stuff. In about 3 weeks, let Mars have what he needs off of it. I look over at Mars and I'm like, that's a plant that grows some wooden tools, pointy things, gears, whatever you might need it for your... You seem mischievous. I'm sure it'll be useful.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Thank you. And we have a bunch of tree planters outside our house, so let's plant a new one.
Yeah, I like it.
That might also attract some.
I learned that one from Bingles.
A lot of people learn a lot of weird things from Bingles.
I want to see more shadow tricks later. Or next time, at least. That was dope.
There will be a next time.
Oh, there will be.
Okay. That, I think we're all set, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to say, I feel like I'm hoping not jumping the gun with like an Arbo. Friends and family discount at Wizards of the Roast. Next time you guys are passing back through Nicodranas. And for some reason, if you need a place to stay, we have a big house on the hill with a bunch of weird trees.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
that house!
Yeah, that house.
I wondered what was up with that house. That makes sense now.
That's where the Tiger Devil dude was that he broke in half.
That's where we're housing as many refugees as we can.
Yeah.
So, give back to everybody.
I could not get a proper read on that house. I knew something was up with it. But everything just seemed to move around it instead of through it. I just couldn't get a vibe on it. That makes sense now.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Yeah, that whole thing was just dispelling. It was warding off a bunch of things.
Telling people inside the house who was fully in the house and under the house.
Okay.
You three are an interesting lot.
We have more.
I look forward to meeting them.
Yeah, I'm sure they look forward to meeting you guys too.
So we'll be in contact via mystical, magical means in the next probably week or less, and then touch base on the rendezvous. You guys can work the crew angle, and then we'll see where things
We'll
go
see you
from here.
guys when you get to Port Zune.
Got it, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get him out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. You leave the shop. All right. So Marlboro, all of you leave the shop and go your separate ways. So thank you, Tuesday, for showing up a little bit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Love to.
It was great to meet you guys.
That was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Very cool. And then you can explain to your Tuesday group what the hell you agreed to. So
If they're not already watching.
Yeah, we'll hope to capture as much detail as we can that we learned from you guys and try and bring it
Yes.
to them.
all right.
All right, yeah. But
All
yeah.
right, so-
See you guys.
See you
Good
guys.
night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
All right.
Wild.
I forgot to ask if they do to-go cups.
Or to go cake.
Oh yeah.
So
They'll give you a to-go cake on them.
on the walk out of there, Simon, you good? You all right?
Yeah.
Let's
Just
stream again.
Did that name Eurosa? Did that spark anything?
I don't know, Matt. Did it?
No.
Where is Eurosa?
It's in the Empire. I believe west of Rexensham.
So, any other business for today in this lovely, lovely little town with apparently coffee roasteries that have spies in them and strange folks we encounter based on previous relationships with even stranger people?
We could stop at the magic shop, see if there's anything that we need to pick up, potions and the like.
Yep. Yeah, Castle was at the market at some point.
Thola.
I sort of still in that conversation, asking Simon if any of that, rung a bell, whatever. I turn to Simon and say, "Well, Mars was right. We're capable of looking into it if you want us to. I mean, if you're happy the way things are, we can keep moving. But if you ever do want us to investigate, we can do that for you."
I very much appreciate that, but for now, I'm happy with the family I have.
Fantastic. And then it just turns and keeps walking. And all right.
Well, that's solved.
Thola, based on these notes that Bingle's made, what would you need to lubricate what will eventually be the gemstone tubing to make sure that there's no issues? Is this just a solution you can make?
I think about the things I've learned in alchemy, in my readings and fumbling around with Jajal. And is there something that comes to mind, Matt, that I can think of? So any type of oil or like
There might be a kind of aloe plant or something in the bottom of the kestrel in my poison room. Might have something, or maybe some whale fat or something.
Hang on, let me check my poison room for healing stuff.
So, Tonk, well, not an alchemist, the way, Thola is studying, is proficient with alchemy tools and knows a little bit about that. So, just sort of as an offhanded sort of helping comment, well, if you could find something to dissolve the grease from the whale, we still have slabs of the whale in the cooling thing. If you could dissolve some of the grease with something, that might work.
it's very possible. Lots of fat on the whale, obviously. But yes, it would have to stay lubricated. And we could possibly do that. Do I think that could work?
Definitely with application. I think with what you would know, Because I forget, one of you has the harvesting book, right?
Yeah,
Who has it?
I have it on me.
You have it on
'Cause
you,
I was the
okay.
first one to fully
Okay.
train it.
I would say figure out what you can in that question. There's a lot of things you could use that would make it usable for a limited period of time. If you wanted to begin to work something in that like is really going to do the trick for a longer fashion, it would be boggle oil.
Boggle. Boggle.
Which the book would tell you is a type of fey creature.
Whack.
How do you spell that?
Boggle. Boggle. Then oil.
I guess to the magic shop that is here then.
Yep. Any additional shopping we want to do before we pop back to the City of Industry? Actually, we have to do that tomorrow, right? So we should probably park in an inn for the night.
If you take an hour to swap something for the seed.
It feels so weird when I do that. It just using the seed it's the weirdest thing I've ever. Never mind. We can do that if you want to.
Or we stay the night. It doesn't matter.
It's up to y'all. I'm fine with the seed, I guess.
Just
gives me the willies. That's all.
Well, we could take up the offer of our friends and see that pretty cool house.
Do we know them that well yet, or not really? I feel like they need to either kill or die for us before we jump that particular chasm. Thoughts?
I agree to an extent, but I also feel like we should save the seed as an escape because it's got a pretty lengthy cooldown recovery time, and who knows what we're going to get into within that week. So mine recharges daily.
Fair enough.
That's just my thoughts.
Counter arguments? Anyone?
I trust him.
You trust them? Okay.
Yes.
Tonk, I need some opinions here, not just eyebrows.
Well,
But he's got so many eyebrows.
That's a gnome thing. Yeah.
well, I mean, I could find a place to stay tonight, and I'd meet you back in Port Zune in a couple of days.
Is that what you need
Not
right
an
now?
issue for me.
Is that what you need?
Is it what
I
you
mean, if-
want?
That could actually be a need. He might show up walking funny, but whatever.
No. I get where you were going with that. I wasn't. I'm leaving
Right.
her alone. She's busy. I was
Right.
talking about planeswalking back to Kea.
Oh, that's much less scandalous.
Much less scandalous, yes. And the I'd meet you back in Zune in a couple of days is that
Yeah.
that has a cooldown.
I don't know that we have that. But do we have that kind of time? I don't know. Our plan was to pop over and pop back, right?
I mean,
Minus
yeah, but
Jajal's excursion.
my destination for coming back can be the boat.
Anybody have any strong feels?
No.
I mean, that's just to, like, if we were paying for an inn, that'd reduce inn costs,
But I don't think we're worried about 15 copper.
I mean, that's fair.
Time versus money, right? So we can either do the inn thing and then pop over first thing in the morning, or find out what these very strange acquaintances of ours with the coffee shop are up to, maybe. Or no feels, nobody.
I wouldn't mind staying in Nicodramus for one more day.
Okay.
And we don't have to intrude on our new acquaintances.
That's fair.
Plus, ends are fun.
They are always fun, especially when you're involved. So shall we just find an inn for the night and then pop out first thing tomorrow? We
Let's
got all
do
our
it.
shopping done? Anybody have any more shopping to do?
No, but I really want to see Simon try that spicy dish from that place that we went.
We could do that again, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could do that again.
Yeah.
And just by way of a reminder, there is rivalry here. They could try to assassinate us. Shit happens. Just be aware. That's all.
Oh, yes.
The usual. We're back in places where they know us again.
Hey, girl.
Anyone? Anything? No? We're good? In for the night?
Not, I do not need to do any shopping. Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm going to make sure at least Ola and Cast have the opportunity to do any shopping they want to do and make sure whatever their wants and needs get taken care of, because that was one of our objectives for this particular trip. Although them shopping with Bingle scared the ever-living piss out of me, so thankfully that didn't happen. But I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to get. I mean, I'd probably get actually, I picked up food stuff. It's on the boat.
Yeah, on Zoom.
We can Zoom. So
I'm gonna see if they have this oil.
oh my god, we totally gave. Just going back, we totally gave Bingles that food that I made, and we had a little quick dinner for sure.
Okay.
I totally forgot that I cooked it last time.
So basically, we showed up with Chinese takeout in hand.
Yeah, basically. So we'll pick one of the shadier inns, or
Man, I'm so sorry. How was it spelled? Because I
I linked it. in chat.
Oh my god.
Someone's
Call
got
it
the
mind
notes.
boggling.
Spelled it all wrong.
You're trying to find the oil.
Got it. I dyslexia the L and the E.
I wouldn't mind stopping by any shop that sells like soaps, oils, and colognes. Stock up on that.
Look at you.
Y'all really enjoying not just reeking now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's quite nice, but I don't have any money. Can I have someone come with me and spot me?
You can borrow some. What do you need?
Okay. I don't know. I don't have.
Oh yeah, my money's back on the ship.
I've got cash enough for most of you. What's the deal?
I need that oil to see if I can't make this weapon by the time we get to the island.
Maybe like 20 gold, I guess. I don't even know.
Not a problem. I can cover that easily.
Appreciate it.
I was gonna give you
20
the 20
gold.
gold of that guy I stole.
Either or. I got that.
All right. So I would say you are able to. Well, I guess here, if you're looking for something specific like boggle oil, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'll use my thing because my investigation's trash.
You too, huh?
Yeah, it's a flat 10 because I don't have my circlet attuned right now.
Sorry.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Someone's getting the boot.
Amazing. So what'd you get?
10.
10. Okay.
Oh.
I'd say you're unable to find what you're looking for. Fortunately. And then Thola Jaw. So, Jaw, you're looking for something that makes you smell better?
Well, I already smell good now.
Yeah,
I
but
just want.
soaps and such.
Yeah, just a nice,
Wow.
nice variety, I suppose. I'm a big fan of lavenders and certain floral, herbal smells, and definitely fall smells, like
Okay.
the cabin, like candle ones.
Oh gosh, I love candles.
Okay. In that case, you find a shop that is in a upper crust district that simply has various picture or engravings on a wood sign of herbs and different ones that you walk in. You see a white-haired human gentleman with a long cloak grinding up some things, and there's tons of glassware that's boiling and distilling various essences. There's various herbs that are being burned and the oils collected. I'm gonna look up you. Aye! Customer, how can I help you?
Well met, sir. I was hoping to peruse some objects or things of like pleasant aromatics, bathing oils or soaps, any of that nature. I'm just a fan of the aromatics.
Oh, I see. And he produces. This is pretty good. You smell it right here, and it smells has like a thyme and another almost flowery smell went to it. So checked anyone you want. Very, very nice. Because 5 gold a vial.
This one's pretty nice. Do you have anything with lavender?
Well, I can certainly make that up for you. Can add a little bit of that.
Okay. Do you have also anything that... do you have a favorite season?
Favorite season?
What's your sign?
I like to harvest in fall.
So you know that feeling you get when you walk outside and there's just wood burning in everybody's chimneys and there's a crisp air. Do you have anything that resembles that time of year?
Oh, I get what you're saying. I start to look around. And yeah, let's see. Well, I have some tea. This is a wild ginger tea over here. But if you're looking for I do have that type of perfume here as well as a soap.
How much for the tea and how much for the soap?
So the wild ginger tea is that is 5 silver an ounce.
Okay. I'll take enough for 1 gold, please, of that one.
Okay.
And then I'll take the one with the mixture with lavender in it. And I think you
Okay.
said that was what, 5?
Yeah, 5 gold for the vial.
So that's 6 total. And then how much for the soap that you mentioned?
That is 2 gold.
Then here's... Oh, I added that by mistake. Hold on. I mathed wrong.
Happens.
Yeah, let me go ahead and remove that. If I could just leave a flat 10 gold here and take all of that off your hands.
Certainly. So you overpaid by 4 gold?
I think it would have been 2, right? Because
By
it was
2? Okay.
8.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like 5, 1, and 2.
Yep, that's fine.
Joel, do you have any idea how much 20 ounces of dried tea is?
No, I'm about to find
So
out.
much, bro. You got a huge bag.
Like, okay, imagine like when you think about like going to Lowe's or Home Depot and you buy like the big bag of dirt,
Yeah,
right? You have that much dried tea.
you're welcome. We can share.
I thought you grabbed 2 ounces, right?
No, a gold's worth.
It's 5 silver an ounce, so it's 2 ounces.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought
There
it
you
was.
go.
I thought the silver was 100.
Oh yeah, no, that's
No.
right. It's 10 silver to a gold. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking.
Oh, is that 100 silver? Oh, that's copper. Oh,
I know. So you're good. 2 ounces is fine. You're good. You're good. That's a little bag.
I mean, do you want me to buy a big bag of?
No. When you and again, like I did the math wrong, but in my head, I was just shocked that you're like, sure, 20 ounces, like.
We're in it for the long haul, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, 2 pounds of tea is a shit ton.
All right,
Yeah.
we got it though.
All the tea.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! I can't
and if we
believe-
like it, we could come back and get more.
No, that was just me doing the math in my head wrong.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So as you kind of put the money down, he will say, I mean, are you in the market of anything interesting?
Sure.
And we'll take out this bag of it's this powder, this red powder, and he takes it out, and it's in a very small vial. He goes, if you want to have some real fun, this is 10 gold.
How do I use it?
Just it's as if you'd go to smell it. Just smell it really hard, right? Sniff it up.
Sounds illegal. Sure, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Joel's buying the Zydrate.
Because very good. Goes. I would recommend being a bit careful with it.
Careful with what?
Exactly. If hypothetically you'd have gotten something that is known by the common name Dragon's Blood, which of course I wouldn't sell here, it has a potential to have unpredictable magical effects.
Nice. We love those. I deeply appreciate your judge of character in what things I'd be interested in.
Yes, you only have one, so you won't be much of a problem. Just be careful if you take a liking to it.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Another neighborhood hope dealer.
Oh, was this a bad thing? Should I not have done that?
Oh man, it's okay. Everyone buys drugs.
It's so Joel.
Oh man. So it was Dragon's Blood. There was the tea. There was the Kalagana.
Yeah.
And then there was the soap.
Yep. Dragon's Blood's in D&D Beyond, by the way.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, thank you.
Huh. Curious.
Sweet. And let's see. Yes.
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 All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I'm reading the description.
All right, my next character is going to be a monk that's addicted to dragon's blood.
Nice.
Yeah, you have a lot of things here, but you don't have that much code anyway. So, anything else anybody wanted to do?
I'm good.
I would like to figure out what I can about what's going on in this city. Like, specifically, the reaction to what we did if, what was his name? Athelion? What was...
Phelodon?
There we go.
Yeah. Like, what his reaction was after we left. I am very worried about Binkles right now. And I know she said, like, if we go north, reach out to her or whatever. She didn't have a ton of information. She wasn't exactly asking for help. But I would still try and at least get some idea of what might be going on.
So you specifically want to know what's going on with Bingles?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't specifically ask in that way, but I would see if I could figure out, like, if there was some... Right, because everybody's, like, I'm sure people saw, you know, the storm and the lightning and the dragon flying out of, you know, maybe they don't know which building it flew out of, but there was craziness there, right?
So it's almost like you're asking for like the download of what happened since we were here, right?
Yeah, just sort of some, you know, what happened after that, according to the common inhabitants of the city. That might not tell me anything about what's happening with Bingles, but it's the question I would ask because I want to get more info in that direction.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
$16.
16. Okay. With a 16...
See, not everything's a 30, Mal.
I see your point.
I think what you get is ultimately sometime after you all left, you are able to gather that her shop closed down. People weren't able to get in anymore. And all they say is the door was always locked whenever you went there. Other than that, there was... People talk about a bunch of interesting people who were around town, and you get that there were quite a few asking after her in particular.
All right. It's not a ton of details, but it's something.
Right, well, 16.
Yeah, no. Tonk is, you know, he's satisfied that he now knows at least a little bit more than he did before.
Yeah. All right. Very good. right. Then, other than that, you're going to go down for the night. Unless somebody else says something else. Okay. In that case, as you draw an end to this part of your Nicodranus journey, we will end for tonight. So as you're watching, we'll come back next week as we continue the next bit of everything that's happening. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.